I think it's cool though. It's the closest thing to just straight up Busey. I could do iBusey or Busey's.
How annoying is this gonna be if I keep my drink over here, Busey? I need somewhere to put it.
Oh shit, this is your house.
Use the restroom.
Hello, cat.
I'm gonna tweet it out while I'm in the restroom, Sam.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited for this, man. Halo Reach Team You familiar with using a controller on a PC at all?
Yeah.
Could you reprogram buttons, or is that just based on the game that you're playing?
Just based on the game. If it was through Steam, I think Steam allows you to remap all the controls separately. Um, but yeah, like here they just have like the default controller setouts here. Like, all right, so there's that. This bad boy, boom, boom. All right, so there's that. Boom. Hello, hello. Oh. All right. All right, so there's that. So we're here. We can't play the sound though for the actual match though, because it's like broadcast rights and shit. So what you'd want to do is put the game on, put the game up, and then you can just turn our sound or whatever up, so that way we can hear everything. Ooh. Let's see if I can make that. Oh, perfect. Dude. Straws just dominated. How does our audio sound though? Does it sound good? Am I too loud? Too quiet? Yep, just started. Strawless dominated them. Boom.
I have a small ass head. Oh shit, Busey's live too. Oh, you know what?
You just gonna put it on both?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have the stream running so we can make sure it's looking right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
By the way, when we went live, it says we're intended for mature audiences on Twitch.
Yeah.
Okay, it does automatically do that every
Yeah.
time? It tells you that? I guess I have it to where it's
Yeah.
Guys,
so like
this
if
is
you're watching someone.
this is Lucy right here. Lucy is also part of the stream today.
It's official TCR cat.
Yeah, a little TCR cat.
Man, I don't know why the site that I use to bet on doesn't have this match. It's got Summit though.
It's Blast Pro. They don't know how the formatting works, just like we don't.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Is this going to be a domination?
Yeah, it's gonna be, of course. I was gonna put like $50 on Astralis. I was just gonna go full YOLO. You know me, I've bet on Fnatic again this event, and I lost. So I give up on trying to do that.
Bro, you got to like stop the Fnatic train.
I'm a believer though.
Why? I told you, it's just a little like... It's like to me when Renegades does well. Okay, I know it can happen.
Right.
I don't expect it
They're
to
just
happen.
not gonna beat the big teams.
Yeah.
They can get there.
They're not good enough to compete with the Astralis or Liquid consistently, I don't think. Personally, I don't feel that way.
Maybe Liquid though.
Liquid on some days.
What is that, Roku?
Yeah, it's Roku.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's convenient.
See, I use Chromecast, which is not as convenient as we thought. And then we have, like, whatever's on Samsung.
He said any sound. Is sound coming through?
That was before.
Okay.
So our sound is coming through. We can't do the game audio, obviously.
Ah,
because
yeah.
of Streaming. And you know what?
Are we big enough for them to notice?
No, probably not.
Let's just turn the stream. Let's turn the game on.
Yeah, just put that on there. I was thinking, because I've seen sometimes too where people will just put the score on there, so like they know where we're at with the match.
Oh, that would be badass.
But I don't know what is the last thing I need is for our Twitch to get
What would they do? They would just make us take the VOD down.
It just depends on how dramatic they are, right?
Then we're TCR.
Yeah, that's right.
We tell them.
That's a good point.
Lucy, this is gonna be all day? You're gonna hang out? 3 hours?
Dude, this is already like just looking straight domination.
Oh yeah. Granted, early Inferno. Their
Yeah,
CT
but
side,
Stewie
their
just died
economy
from a
is
molly.
good.
I feel like that sets the tone for the match. When you die from a molly, it's never
You
a
know
good
it's not gonna
sign.
be oh, that took off 50% of his health.
That means you're not in the zone. If you die from a molly, you're just not thinking. Has Liquid even gotten a kill? There we go. Nitro just got one. But that might be, yeah, I mean, they only have 4 kills for the entire game so far. So, you know, we were discussing on the show, this is the last time that these guys will be able to play each other this year.
Yeah, there's one other tournament that at the end of the year, right? Is it
They said at the beginning of this, though,
Oh,
it's
this
the
is the
last
last time
they'll be able to play. Maybe
Okay.
one or the others in the other one, but
Well, I know one of them is in one more tournament that's coming up in 2 weeks, maybe
Oh,
1
really?
week. Maybe it's next week. I can pull up HLTV here in a bit.
yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Kai. I'm thinking we could probably throw up the score, like just the top part of the screen.
Is that easy to do?
Yeah.
I would do it.
You want to do it?
Yeah,
You
fuck
want me
it.
to do it?
Yeah, do it.
I could do it, no problem. I think it'd be easy.
Oh shit! I forgot I was supposed to put ours on there, and I put
The
the match on there.
match.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, are we showing the match?
That and
Hey Tim, can you call your contact at Twitch and tell him to put us on the front page?
yeah, I'll do that right away. This we do. Who's the guy doing this with Launders? I feel like he's trying too hard to be Sadicist right now.
In this game, I'm not able to like reprogram my buttons. Can you think of like a creative way of doing that?
You can't reprogram your buttons on here?
No, I can change like their pre-made settings, like bumper jumper or universal zoom.
You can't
I can't just like completely
use the mouse and hit select. You can't like No, go back. Go back. Yeah, isn't that what it is?
Yeah, but now it's just like button layout. It's just like there.
There's
Scroll all the way down.
this. We'll put that at the bottom.
Tim, did you know that?
What?
On Halo, you can't configure your gamepad to do whatever buttons you want to do?
Huge bummer.
No, yeah.
Huge bummer.
It's like preset settings? That's weird.
That's how it would be
That's-
on an Xbox unless you bought one of these and then you
Yeah.
go to the Xbox like accessories.
That's
app.
just consoles.
Bro, man, you just gotta get on that mouse and
You
keyboard.
just
How is the I was watching you,
spoiled.
how is the auto aim?
do
Aim assist.
Full screen.
I don't know. I still gotta get used to the game again. It's been a couple years, but I'll be able to tell you in a bit. Dude, want to watch me try a game like this
Like what?
on mouse and keyboard? Or, yeah, mouse
Oh
and
yeah, you could
Fuck it.
go to the key bindings and just look at what they are, but don't change them. I'll go back one. Oh yeah, and just kind of get an idea of what they are. 2 of them are going to be on the mouse, okay? You see on the mouse on your
Control.
right
Alright, how's
thumb.
that look? That looks good. That doesn't look too.
I'm waiting for it to update on the stream. Okay, just remember there's two buttons on your mouse on your next to your left or your right thumb. You feel them? One of those is nade and one of those is like melee, so they're important ones.
That looks good to me. Oh, there we go.
Cheers.
There we go, boys.
Oh, solid. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That way it throws the score up there, makes it easy.
Yep.
I like it. I like it, Tim. It's good enough for me.
Score looks good.
So the person sitting in my chair is Robert Busey. Robert, what's your address and your social?
Just the last four or the full?
No, so Robert's a buddy of mine. He works with me. He is a Halo veteran, and so we are having him over today so we can see how. We wanted to see how strong. Like, there's been a lot of talk about how strong aim assist is on Halo, and really, Tim and I just don't play enough with the controller to be able to test it out and be like, you know what, this feels really good or this feels really bad. I mean, wouldn't you agree? And
Right.
so we brought him over here because he's, console all the way. Yes, I know he's one of those, but he's going to test it out for us and let us know how it is. He's actually giving it a go on mouse and keyboard right now, so this will be more fun to watch than his other gameplay for sure. So I'm kind of excited to see what's going to happen here for somebody that's never used mouse and keyboard really.
It's more entertaining than the 6-0 right now going on by a straw.
Yeah, it'd be nice if Liquid could.
And it's never good when when you're on the opposite side, right? Like it's 6-0 and now you're still on an eco round.
And so that's what I was going to say. One of the big issues here
That's
is
not good.
Liquid being on an eco round on T side. Things got to be pretty damn bad because right now the way the economy system has shifted, it's really tough on counter terrorists. I mean, you could be on several save rounds throughout the fight just because it's so damn costly.
Right. Well, and even then, like
T side is cheap, man. You're buying pretty much every round.
And you've lost 6 in a row, and your economy's still jacked.
Yeah, you're getting max bonus at this point.
Max bonus, plant a bomb, and you can pretty much buy out. Like, what's
Now, right
happening?
now, Liquid does have control of the site. They should be able to take this round, assuming Nap doesn't burn out. Oh. We'll see if these weapons are good enough. Nope. That was quick. That was a quick retake. Astralis is so good, though.
Is sensitivity not like really slow?
Probably not for us PC users.
What do you say?
He said the sensitivity seems low.
You can change the sensitivity if you want to turn it up. That I can mess around with. You want to turn the sensitivity up?
How do I like
Hit escape. Settings. Yep. Now let me see what it's at real quick. What is it at? 1.6 on the top, the very top row right there. Yeah. Crank it to whatever you want. 1.6. That's easy to remember.
There you go. I play on 0.8.
But you're at 800 DPI.
Oh, you're at 400?
400. Yeah. So we're
Okay.
like at the exact same thing, I think.
aren't doing anything?
Throw the nade at the start of the round so you can see it.
Dude, so it's 7-0.
Mm.
Like how Launders is like, I wouldn't call it too early. Bro, it is 7-0.
It's done. This one is at least.
this one's done.
Oh, it didn't change the. Oh, it you logged into your account,
Oh.
and so that's why none of the settings are right.
Well, it's not a big deal.
So you can change them. Change it to whatever you want. Now you can look at what they are and actually mess with them. All right, let's continue this domination here. I'd be more in.
So 7-0 Astralis
Impressed.
right now. Liquid has used every utility to get onto the site, and still, you know what though? Liquid has done this. They do this poorly in general,
Almost got a kill.
right? Like you can go back and watch watch Liquid on Nuke the other day. I forget who they were playing on Nuke. Maybe it was Astralis. Didn't they play Astralis?
They did play him. I don't know if it
Yeah,
was on Nuke
I think
or
it was
not.
on Nuke, if I'm not mistaken. But it was the same stuff. Like they just waterfall out of doors, you know, like they waterfall out of B strat every time, no matter where it's at, whether it's going through shack or hut or whatever. And it's like,
Oh my God, is he gonna get this? Oh my gosh, he got it. Are you kidding me?
and they do that all the time though. Like they just try to throw so many bodies through a door to hope to get that one kill, and
It's like that mentality of like we're better than you, and this needs to work. We need to be able to
yeah, we're
outgun
just
you.
guys, just hit your shots, and then we'll worry about the call outs later, right? But in reality, it's like you can do that against Nip or FaZe, right? You can do that against lesser teams.
Can't do that
You
against
can't do that
Astralis.
against Astralis.
All right.
There we go.
I thought Nitro was in trouble there, honestly.
There is no chance, Kai. Not a chance. And I'll tell you why too, because even like that last round, that's a
They got this round. They
That's
should
a-
have this round.
that's a mood killer though. When you know they're diffusing in the smoke and you can't get the kill, like that makes you want to give up.
Yeah, this is should be their first round on the board here. Yeah, Glaive is going back. He's saving the op. You got Debris kind of just hanging out right now, looking for lurkers, seeing if you can catch someone.
I'm honestly kind of surprised Astralis' money isn't as good as it. I mean, it's you have two guys that are stacked and they're gonna be able to. Well, I guess it's pretty good. Now that I look.
Yeah,
at it.
again, that CT economy is just so expensive. You know, losing one round. Who was it last? Was it OG yesterday? They were up like 4 or 5-0. Lost their first CT round, and they had to save after winning like multiple rounds in a row. You know, obviously they had lost several players during those rounds, but yeah, I mean the money on CT is pretty tough right now. I do like seeing the AK back in play more. I feel like we have started to kind of you see more of a 50-50 split at least. It's not all SGs.
Yeah, I just think it's very map dependent on who's playing, right? Like
Yeah.
this one, you don't. There's not really a whole lot of long combat going on. Like Nuke, you'd see the SG, I think, a lot more. But on this, it's like I don't think you necessarily need that range with a scope or anything like that.
It was funny because Twist made a comment the other day, and he said, against Astralis is the only team that puts him in situations where he feels like he's essentially useless and isolated to his team. And, you know, he credits that to obviously their tactical ability, but nobody else is really able to do it. I wonder if it's just, you know, maybe they're able to outgun them significantly, or compared to other teams, like Liquid has the firepower to be able to keep up with them, but it was just an interesting take that he really feels like they're the only team.
Someone's getting hit with a nade, like
Look
right
at
in
that.
the mouth.
Alicia's one shot away. He's at 6 HP.
Every time it seems like
Or
someone's
24.
getting
He's at
smacked.
24. I don't know why people push up banana at the beginning of each round. I feel like there's always going to be a nade coming. Oh, flashed out.
Oh, my God.
Gosh, dude. Look at that.
She-
You saw
If he
three
would've-
players
if
go
he
into the
would've
red
kept
in 2
shooting-
seconds.
Yeah, if he would have kept shooting, he would have gotten like a triple kill through the smoke.
And they didn't even get the money for the plant.
I feel like Liquid's forcing it right now. Like they're trying to force something.
Just a lack of confidence against Astralis. It's been one loss after another, really, since the major. I mean, the major
Yeah.
was kind of the backbreaker, right? Because Liquid was playing so well leading up to the major. Then there was that break going into the major. And they just haven't looked consistent since then. I think a lot of that is just confidence because they, again, for the most part, they've done well against lesser competition. But
I mean,
against
they can always
Astralis,
get.
man,
Yeah, they can get to the finals. That's not the issue.
yeah,
Which I guess you can make a pretty nice career of getting to the finals, but
you can. It's just the same story. You know, we've already seen this before, and it
Mhm.
was nice that we thought we were getting a change, right? We thought we were seeing the shift happen, and Liquid kind of starting to rise, and
Right.
NA being number one, and now here we are again, and it's early 2018 all over again. 9-1, dude.
wow, how much health is that?
Allegiance, Stewie are down to what, 7-2,
7 and 2 health, just like that.
and Glaive is down to 66 after that encounter. Now they're down a man, and it's not one of the lobies. Even better.
And you know what's crazy is I feel like Inferno is a map where on T side it's not terribly difficult to get rounds because typically that B side is once you overtake it, it's yours.
Both sides are
so
pretty
ho-
tough overtake
Yeah.
sides, right? Because you can get two smokes can essentially smoke out the site
Here's
for
Nitro.
you, right?
Nitro's just standing in the fire. What's he doing? Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I mean, this is a very hard map to retake on any site because especially like look at A, right? You could be one person, two people going into A. You have to look at like 10 different spots they
And
could be hiding
you know,
in.
Majest there is able to sit in one spot and cover 3 different angles from
Yep.
it. They don't molly him out, so
Like if you're trying to retake A, you'd have to look in boiler to start. Then you have
a graveyard.
graveyard. You have pit underneath the balcony in pit. You have apartments. You have on balcony.
Not counting the 4 or 5 hiding places in sight
In
alone,
sight.
right?
They could be in library. They could be like there's 100 places that they could plant that bomb for their advantage.
Yeah, they're not able to get post plant position right now. They're getting the bomb down in some cases, not even
Right.
all. But
But it's like if you would just capture it. What is this? Ministry of Youth and Sports Affairs? That's a weird advertisement.
kind of weird the way it popped up right there.
Yeah, it's just like right. Seemed very dramatic. I know we were talking to some people like Jazzy Josh at ECS, and he was saying he enjoys seeing dynasties. I'm not anti-dynasty, but it's like eventually you do want to see something else, right?
I like seeing dynasties because I like watching them fall. Like it's fun watching a team rise, right? Like
Right.
Astralis. Astralis was a really fun team to watch rise because they were Liquid for a long time. They were that second place team or that team that couldn't make it out of the quarters. We watched them grow all the way from
Well, and even
TSM
bef- Yeah, I was
days.
gonna say even when you think of back
Yeah.
to TSM.
Yeah, like so the TSM days now all the way to Astralis. So that I thought was amazing. I rooted for them all the
Yeah.
time because I just wanted to see them get over that hurdle. And so when they finally did, it was great. And then even, that second championship, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. That's like
Yeah.
a good little run. These guys have managed to do it twice. It wasn't a fluke. Now we're talking 3, 4, and now you want to see them. I root for them to lose now. Not because I don't like them. I think they're an amazing team. I think they're so much fun to watch because they're so damn good. But I want to see them fall.
Right.
I want to see somebody else's rise happen. And so this has just been, if you count that stretch where Liquid kind of dominated, Astralis has been on top for a long time.
Long
It's been a
time.
long time. This is one of the longer stretches in Counter-Strike that we've seen of dominance, even comparing it to Fanatics or the SK, MIBR era, or Luminosity era, I should say. The MIBR era has never really been
Right.
an era. But
I think part of the issue, or one of the things too, is that it's not even just Astralis that we've been seeing at the top for a while. It's also Liquid, right? And when Liquid is constantly losing to them, it kind of amplifies that "here we go again" mentality of what are we doing here right now?
well, what do they need to do? Do you think a roster change is needed to
Wonder,
have any chance at this point?
There, it looks like the camera's focusing on the chair.
Oh yeah. Is there a way to?
Or could you pop it up more?
Yeah, maybe I can. Do you see? I need to scoot this up a little bit. The camera is focusing on the chair. I don't know if you can hear me.
Just do it. It's okay. We'll give it a second here. It'll be fine there. I can fix it if it doesn't do it. I can tweak it, yeah. We'll see. See, you're just now getting up out in the stream, so we'll see. We'll see what's up.
Have you done? We need to do this. The aim challenge. So now they created a new map too for it.
Oh, really?
So they have the 2.0. You can go.
I want to try it. Let's try 1 and then let's try 2.
Yeah, it's fun. So 1 is fun. I've done 1 a few times. Have you done the trials in Call of Duty?
No.
So do you see those trial tickets that you have at the bottom of the game? So those trials are kind of like aim challenges. It's kind of the same thing. You run through a mini course and like good guys and bad guys pop up and you got to make sure you shoot the right one or you lose time.
Right.
So kind of the same concept at Call of Duty, which is pretty cool.
See, even here, though, right? You want to talk about your confidence? The fact that Liquid isn't rushing A right now tells you all you need to know.
And a 5-on-2.
You know they're on an eco.
Yeah.
You know they're on an eco round. It's a 5-on-2. You guys still aren't pushing A site? Astralis is in their heads. The bomb is still not planted. Am I missing something?
No.
Just not planting the bomb. I mean, how far was that into
And he
it?
got him. He got him. The USP at pretty decent range there versus the SG. And that's against Stewie.
Like right there, like they are in their heads, dude. Liquid is done. Call it. Call it now.
Tim, that hurts me to hear you say that.
It's done.
It's true,
They're done.
but it hurts me to hear you say that. This next part of the segment is brought to you by TCR. Not Topo Chico,
I'll
unfortunately.
drink anything if they sponsor it.
I'm not used to seeing all these ads kind of pop up the way they are. Not a big deal because they're at the beginning of the round, so I don't care. But
Yeah, it's different.
I don't feel like you see that a lot, right?
Sometimes I remember you saw like Snicker ads and things like that. They're not as big, I will admit. They're normally on like a
Rotation type thing. Yeah. That's different if it's like in the corner. And again, that doesn't bother me.
You know what? It's kind of nice to see ads for once, right?
Yeah.
Like for
In the sense, it's like, okay, that's good. Like, it's not a bad thing.
people are wanting to pay money to be in esports, right? It's better than the ad rolls streamers are starting to do in the middle of their stream. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Doc does it in the most annoying way where he'll do it after a match and like in between, like while it's queuing up for another one. So it's like you miss that whole time of him talking and
Like being able to have that.
Sometimes you'll miss the beginning of the match, and it's just like because he'll play like 5 or 6 commercials, and it's kind of like, I get it, right? It's a way for them to make money, but maybe just have it built in, right? Like, why not just do the top of every hour? Hey guys, I'm gonna go stretch. Gonna get a drink. I'm gonna play, 60 seconds of ads.
Doesn't want you to leave the stream.
Is that it? Like, if it's random,
It's
you're
random.
gonna
It's
stick
probably
around.
usually gonna be like, damn, this sucked, but all right.
But if you
He'll be
told
back in
me,
a
hey,
minute.
I'll be right back, I might close it out. to
Like
go
if you
do
knew at the
another
beginning of every
Bro,
hour,
Give
man,
me
that's
a
it.
break. So maybe that's what it is. But
Oh, good. This was Liquid's map choice. Perfect.
yay, great. Let's see. Good luck, Liquid. I don't know who that guy is casting, but I'm not a fan of Nooch.
My teammate, man. We go 13 and 13. This dude's 2 and 16. We're trying to play catch.
I am not a fan. Oh, that would definitely not happen.
I can give him a smaller chair if that would help. I have a different chair. This chair is obviously ginormous. It's capturing you, Busey. Like the chair. The camera's like.
Monitor and I put the chair over here.
I don't know. I have a different chair I can give you. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
That'll be a pain because I have those cords tied underneath, so you're not going to be able to turn the monitor that way. I have too much, like all this shit's tied up. It's okay. We'll give it a second. If it keeps doing it, we will then. I'll just get you a different chair.
You know, that's another thing too. For like some of these things, like you see so many commercials, the same ads on Twitch. Have they ever once made you think, you know what? I need to watch this show.
So I have Prime. I don't watch a lot of stuff on Prime. Do you like? I don't watch a lot of
Mrs.
Prime
Maisel?
shows. I don't even know what that is.
No?
No, I mean I've heard of The Boys.
The Boys is great.
I want to watch that. I have not.
Highly recommend The Boys. Morgan hated it. It was too gory and stuff for her.
That's a superhero movie or show, right?
Yeah,
Or
but
like
it's definitely
like-
like rated
Okay.
R,
That's
like
okay.
hard R. But it's good.
Wait, hard R?
Yeah, like they
What kind of
use the
hard R?
hard R.
They use a hard R in the show? Wow.
I don't they might. I'm not sure, but it is. It's like it is rated RR, right? It's not like one of these. It's R,
mature
but because
audiences,
they say
yeah.
the F word.
It's R
It's-
because it needs to be R.
Yes, right, because there are a lot of blood and guts.
What is this, a Halo?
It's a Microsoft commercial. Because that's what we do.
Dude, talk about a fucking shit show of a game. Have you watched streams on
It's
this?
funny because we're watching a Death Stranding commercial right now. I've heard from people saying that it's great. See, like right here, I feel like we just joined in the middle of their conversation again. Like the ads didn't align with their ad break.
Oh yeah, he was definitely talking already.
Yeah. It's funny because I've heard from multiple people. Like some people are saying like, dude, this game is boring as hell. It's a joke. And then you hear from other people where they're like, it's great. And I'm like, I feel like you're just. Who's the guy's name?
Hideo Kojima.
Kojima, right?
Yeah, we'll go with Kojima.
Something like that.
Hideo Kojima.
I feel like they're
can't
just
pronounce it
a fanboy of his, right? And they just will refuse to say anything he does.
Yeah, because he made it, it needs to be good. And I get it. There's a lot to the game. So when I say to me it's boring because it's a walking simulator.
Right.
I feel like there's just way too much downtime in that type of game. It's not the type of game I enjoy. Now, I do know there is a crowd out there that would really enjoy that and like that. Think the people that maybe enjoy DayZ type thing. Think about the amount of walking we did in a game like that, you know. But that's not a game that I could
and
could
it's
dive
too
into.
weird, right? Like, I don't know. Sometimes that Japanese style storytelling, it's not always my cup of tea, right?
Yeah.
So when you want to throw that in with
I just like
also
the hentai.
boring gameplay, well, yeah, I mean tentacle porn, that's
Yeah.
separate. But
So that's the most Overwatch
that
I've
just
ever
gets
watched.
to the point,
Yeah.
right? So, but yeah, I don't know. But again, I'm not like a huge Metal Gear fan either.
Either am I.
So
Maybe I'm the issue.
right, maybe we're just not.
Maybe we're the problem.
But I feel like that's always a good disclaimer, right? Is if you're going to review a game, well, tell me what else you like, right? Like if you're a huge RPG player and then you play Counter-Strike and you tell me Counter-Strike sucks, well, what's your take on it, right? Like,
yeah.
what's your where's your resume to tell me that this sucks?
That's probably fair.
Yeah, I'm not a big single player guy, so
Yeah.
typically if I tell you this game is great,
But there are a lot of single player games that I enjoy watching streamers play.
yeah,
Like I'll watch a ton of like, Lyric and these guys or Summit even will like go in and
Yeah.
usually get into these new games and I enjoy watching that when they do it. That one I really did not enjoy watching.
Yeah.
It was just too slow for me to enjoy. You know, I bought the new Star Wars game, and I've played a couple of hours of it, but I haven't been able to like. I shouldn't say able. I just haven't had the want to
Really?
like just dive into it like I thought I would.
I almost bought it, and then I said no. I'll wait till it goes on sale. Maybe get a Game of the Year edition with all the DLC.
Yeah,
So I've been able to resist, and
I would wait.
I'm
It's not that
past.
it's bad. It's great. It
Right.
looks good. It was fun to play. I just maybe when Star Wars releases, the movie comes out,
The hype
and
will
I'm
be
like
there.
really like into it again, I'll do it. I'll be more interested. But honestly, I've been playing Counter-Strike. Played with Tavik earlier. For what? So it's going well.
Yeah.
Temp band first time.
How long?
You could probably play custom or casual. I'd have to imagine. We gotta play some more Halo though.
Yeah, we do.
Maybe we can do that tonight.
I
Like, late
haven't
tonight.
got on like this whole. So it's funny because like, so one of our buddies, one of our listeners here, Tavik, recently bought a PC, and now he's into this counter. Like this guy is a. We've talked about him before.
Yeah,
He's so good at COD, right? He hasn't touched COD since he's
No.
been on Counter Strike.
That's
and
what Counter Strike will do to you though.
Then he pulled me into it again last night, and now I want to keep playing Counter Strike, and it happens every freaking time with this damn game. You step away and then you touch it, and it's just, oh yeah,
Oh.
this feels good.
There we go. Yeah, it's just crazy how Counter Strike, man, it's the greatest. We've said it multiple times, right? Even though I love Halo, don't get me wrong, but like Counter Strike is just,
It's a great game.
it's different, man.
Now, can Liquid make this a great game? They've gotten back-to-back rounds to start off CT side here.
It's a comeback. Actually, the score is a lot more respectable than what it was. I'll give them that.
Yeah, yeah. Now the problem is here in this round, you got essentially a full buy coming in for Astralis here with 4 AKs on the board. Liquid's kind of got a mix of SMGs, 1 M4, 2 MP9s, and a FAMAS. So not the greatest setup, but you can definitely make it work with this.
You see, like how Astralis is, like how they're taking B, is so different compared to how Liquid was when they would push B.
Well, yeah, and so now they're starting to make their initial push at basically the minute mark over here.
Right.
Even then, they're rotating back. They got 3 headed towards A.
But still 1 in banana.
They got 1 in apps right now, about to make a play. This will be an important one.
All right, now the bomb's going back to B. I think they waited too long.
Were they doing a B split?
You only have 20 seconds left. All they have to do at B.
doing a B
Look,
split.
you see how these Naf, who is that? Naf and Stewie at B?
Yeah.
Like, I hate how they're holding that right now.
They know they're split wrapping around. They just didn't know how many people were left in banana, and now they're screwed. They just locked themselves out of the site.
Look at that.
If they had 1 in the site, they
Uncontested.
could have potentially.
Nope, they got the bomb down.
Yep.
If they had 1 on site, Anuj,
They could have held that.
if you had 1 person on site just to delay them getting on it, they would have won this round due to time.
That was poorly played.
But they had one holding construction and 1 holding whatever you would call that.
Yeah, there were one just kind of standing in an odd spot over there. I don't understand.
If you have a guy in construction watching that wraparound, I don't know why you're standing underneath flower pot.
It's almost like they expected all 5 players to wrap.
But
Like,
you
hey,
still had
nobody
2
is
on A though.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like they expected that all 5 players are wrapping and nobody else is coming
Right.
banana. When in reality, 3 of them are.
But even then, the 2 guys on A
Oh yeah,
should
shit
have.
will get caught right there.
the two guys on A should have been. Wow, they won't even let you play casual. Wow, they don't mess around with their temp
About to
bands.
start your oven. Throw the casserole in there.
Oh yeah. I just threw it in the fridge. You know how to function an oven, I'm assuming.
Wow, you bought casserole?
So he is house sitting for one of our other. He's house sitting for one of our other friends at work.
Right.
And so she made all these casseroles for him, and he's like only there for 3 or 4 days.
He's like, I'm not.
And he's
gonna
like,
eat
bro,
all
I
these."
can't eat all of this. I don't want it to go to waste, so I'm just gonna bring a full casserole over if I come over. I was like, yeah, solid.
Sure.
Chicken Alfredo casserole, and then also 2 frozen chicken pot pies, case of beer.
And you're there for 4 days, 3 days.
That's the way
That's-
to do it.
Yeah, that's pretty legit.
Yeah.
They took care of you. That's funny. You need to know where the foil is or anything, or if you're looking at the oven, it's in the top drawer to the left of it, or 2 to the left. You have to
So
scoot
many
over.
mistakes too. You know, it could have been 11-7 right now, which is way different than 12.
Oh yeah, 11-7. You would have had them on a save round. They wouldn't have been able to rebuy up right there or fully invest because that would have been their first buy round that they would have taken them on.
Like that one round makes all the difference.
Mm-hmm. Well, now look what's I have faith in Twist, but Twist with the Deagle against like 3 AKs coming at you, probably not going to win that fight. Oh, he effed that up.
Can't even hit the molly.
And gave away his positioning at the same time.
Again, there was 7 seconds left when they planted that bomb. Had he landed that molly on the site, you don't know, right?
Maybe could have held them off, could have got a pick, looking.
Save time for a rotation. And now look at Astralis going up banana. The balls on Astralis right now to be like, yeah, we have the bomb planted, and we're still going to push B site. Like, they need to plant the bomb, you know?
Look at this. They're hunting him.
Like, the confidence
Oh,
right now.
man.
The fact that they went hunting the way they did. Leave 2 on site. That's all you need. We're going to try to hunt, and they backed off when they realized, no, let's not push it, but...
Hey.
It's all the time, too, though. I don't get it.
Luce, I see what you're doing over here. Come here. Come here. She's a troublemaker cat. I have to keep my eyes on her.
Gets into things.
We call her Tornado Luce because she doesn't stop. She's like only a year old, and she's just
Wow.
a ball of energy. Again, they're able to just
But see, like, because
walk into sight.
the way teams hold B, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm surprised Liquid wasn't able to take as many rounds on T side, because with B side on Mirage, and it doesn't seem like it matter what level you play at, right? It's like, or not Mirage, Inferno. It's B side is always like that, right? Once you get into it, because typically you're only going to send 2 people there,
Yeah.
because oddly
There's
enough,
other.
they got to go down. They have one way to get to there.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Banana. That's the only way you can get to that site unless.
And
you
then with
rotate
like
around.
2 smokes and 2 mollies, you have enough time to be able to like. You should
Look
be
at
able to
that
hold
nade.
it off.
Oh
Oh my
my.
gosh.
Oh my. But when you are holding the way, like they're holding sight so far back.
This is Liquid's map pick too. And I feel like this is just not the map I would pick against Astralis. Astralis' utility was like, it felt like it was born on this map. You know, and they do such a good job with their executes, and it's just if I were Liquid, I would put myself in situations where it feels like it's more of a 50-50 chance, right?
Right.
Like, hey, this is a map that these guys are not really great at it versus
and
this is our favorite map,
That's kind of why I always like the Vertigo pick for them, because
it's a toss-up game
yeah,
almost.
like what
It feels
team
like
is confident on Vertigo?
Yeah.
Like truly confident. I feel like every time we see a game on Vertigo, it is close.
Like if I'm Liquid, I'm avoiding like Nuke and Inferno.
Look at this. Oh, I thought he was bouncing it off into that corner. But see now look. So now you have two guys, Naf and I can't tell who else is holding the sandbags. What an awkward spot. Now I know what they're doing, right? So Naf is pretty much playing bait for Stewie, because no one's gonna assume you have two guys.
You're doubled up right there.
Right. No one will assume you're doubling up sandbags. So if they kill him, they'll just run right through.
And we'll see if it pays off, because Naf just died and they didn't trade it out. So, oh no, Naf didn't die. They got the kill.
Yeah.
They got the kill.
So
sorry.
the call now is, okay, one is sandbags, right? I would never assume two is that sandbags, would you?
No. And I don't mind that.
Right.
The issues that I've had is more how they've positioned themselves either post plant or now, like we saw with that last round where they had two kind of watching the same area.
Like right here though, when you're pushing there on Astralis, they're pretty much at arches. So it paid off there. It worked, but
I wonder how involved Adren is.
he said not very. Like he's been in interviews before and have said, I just let them do their thing. And
is that a good thing?
I guess it probably just depends, right? I would say for a team like Liquid, like especially for players like Stewie, if I had a coach trying to tell me or micromanage what I'm doing, I'd be like, bro, who are you?
I mean,
like, I want a major.
But look at how Astralis treats Sonic.
But there's respect there, right? From the get-go,
Oh,
Sonic
no,
has always been there.
Yeah, so my question is, do they need somebody that comes in with that type of, history where
like we're very like I call him a clipboard coach, right? Like he's got his notes and he's going to tell you.
Not even that, just somebody that comes in with a history of success, right? There's not a ton out there, right? I mean, there's really, they already had Zeus. That's one of the few that comes to mind. I guess there's very few coaches out there that have a track record like Sonic does, though.
Yeah,
I mean, there's nobody right now.
Sonic reminds me of the old school coaches that you would see in Halo, like for MLG Halo, where the coaches back then were very involved, because with Halo there was a lot of in-game management going on, like with timers, like okay, he picked up the sniper, it's going to respawn in 3 minutes. All right, they just used 4
So in Halo,
sniper
they're
shots.
talking during the match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And like they manage, like okay, they got the rockets. They've used 3 rockets. They have 1 left, right? There's a lot of management going on there, to kind of dictate how you'll map control and stuff. But in Counter-Strike, yeah, I really don't know. Like, do you think Stewie is listening to anything Adren says?
I mean, I don't
Like,
think
do you
Adren's
get-
telling Stewie anything is a
Right,
problem to begin with,
Do you
though.
get the vibe that he's like, guys, listen? Or do you think he's just going over trends, right? Like, hey, this is what they did. Look for this next round.
Yeah, my guess is like Adren does a lot of like demoing and all that for them, right? And then like gets them like in terms of prep.
You know where both of them are at. There. Why didn't both push at the same time? Maybe Stewie was like, let me get the information and you clean up, but. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, like I know for me, like when we did that godforsaken Overwatch League, right? And I don't know why they did this, but all year long it was just us chilling, playing, having fun, right? We make it to the playoffs, and all of a sudden, like, we've added people to the roster that weren't playing for like half the season when we were actually winning, and like TJ brought in a coach for the playoff game. And it's kind of like,
Wait, why?
right. And it's like, why try hard now? Like, we made it to the playoffs just pretty much chilling with zero practice.
That actually seems like it seems really odd that you would do that, honestly.
No, and it was. And I think, honestly, I'm telling you right now, I think it threw off our game because he would be telling us, like, hey, what you need to do here is this, this, and this, and blah, blah, blah. And you know me, like, I just don't, I'll be the first to admit, like, when it comes to gaming, I kind of like just doing my thing, right? Like, let me.
Well, especially when you haven't had the coach all year.
Yeah,
It's different if he had been
I
there
don't
all
know who
year.
this guy is.
Yeah. It's just like
I
a backseat driver at that
I
point,
have
right?
no idea. Like, was he a former pro?
What's up? Oh, okay. I'll see if I don't know if I will hear it, but if I do hear it beep, I'll let you know.
You know, it's like I don't know who this guy is.
We're all in the same situation, my friend.
I don't know his. I don't know. Next thing you'll know, you just smell fire. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's what
oh,
we'll keep an eye out
oven
for.
done. You know, it's like you don't know who he is. I don't know what's his resume. Like, are you just a diamond player? Like, bro, I'm a diamond player. Like, why are you coaching me now?
Well, again, you don't know who
And
he
half the
is.
stuff
Like,
they
just,
say is obvious, right?
Here we go.
Like he's like, hey, in that situation, you should have done this. Oh, really? Should I have done that in that situation? Like,
Thanks,
thank you.
2020.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Sherlock. Like,
Oh,
you mean
man.
I should have hit his head? Oh, okay.
I kind of hope it just cleans this up right here. Let's move on to the next round. Let's move on to the next map, I should say.
So that's what bothered me is at that moment I was like, bro, you haven't been here all season long, and now you're going to try to preach to us of what's going on. And keep in mind, like, some of the people he's preaching to are, like, gold, right? Because we were in, like, a league that stretched across a couple ranks. I was like, these guys don't even know what you're saying right now. Like, you're a high-ranked dude talking to a bunch of gold people. Like, the thing that's holding them back this entire time was just that they didn't know to hit people in the head, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no, there's a lot more than just them not understanding the game, keeping them back. It's just raw mechanical skill.
He's like, hey, you should have killed that guy. It's like, yeah, thanks.
What you
Thanks.
should have done here is come from behind them and kill them that way. Oh, okay. Well, had I known they weren't watching that way, I guess you're right. It's like in Counter-Strike, because Counter-Strike is the king of backseat gaming, right?
Bro, yesterday, we were funny when we were playing, happened like every round.
man.
And we were even calling it out on people like, okay, can you just shut up when you're dead? Like,
Yeah.
just shut up. Like,
Just
I need to hear the
Let
damn
me
game.
make my mistake.
Yeah.
Let me make my mistake. That's all I need. Ooh, baby.
You almost hit that one, too.
Like in Counter-Strike, you always hear people like, should have looked to the left first. Oh, okay. Well, now that I know, I should have looked to the left instead of the right.
BC.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. I have two directions to look. You're going to coach that I should have looked to the left instead of the right?
That's your advice?
Yeah, that's your
sound advice?
that's your take me to the championship advice. Thanks, coach.
What skin is that?
And honestly, by the end of our match, I would, in intermission or in between games when he started talking, I would just mute him. Because I'm
Just like, hey, yeah,
like, bro,
I'm good.
we haven't used strats all season long. We haven't played the meta because, again, we're guys who have never played together.
We're playing the characters we're good with.
Yeah, exactly, because we've never played together.
Yeah.
We don't practice. We do this for fun. So we're just playing what we know and what we're good with. And this guy's sitting here, you guys should do this or counter pick this. Like, bro, you are giving some of these guys way too much credit.
Yeah, but I say y'all, but just take this with like whoever decision maker. That's y'all's fault for bringing in a coach
100%.
on that last, like
If it was
on
up
the
to
last
me-
game. You know.
If it were my decision, definitely, yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have.
That's just a mistake waiting to happen. It feels like, right?
Yeah, 100%. I would not have. I wouldn't have gotten a coach in the last minute. I don't know why we did. But then again, it was also the same decision maker that chose to let the teams play with a sub when we were told 100 times throughout the season you can't play with a sub. So, but that's behind us, Anuj. We're not talking about that. I really haven't even played Overwatch.
Can
since
Liquid
that.
do the counter Liquid and make a comeback? You think?
No.
No, right? Like, should I let there be any hope right now? Oh, I think That was an important one to have to hit. Oh,
Well, considering Naf just took out Nitro to like 40 health.
ooh, that was a nice one through the smoke, though.
All right. The
That was
double
a
kill
nice
makes
one.
up. The
That
double kill
does.
makes
That
up
does.
for you almost killing your opper.
Oh no, Naf.
Why would you? Yeah, why would you turn your back?
That was like weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why he did that. Like you knew he was right there. Like
Yeah.
if whoever that was on Astralis peeked again.
Just pushed a little bit. He had the kill.
So bombs at B.
Mm.
Who's in banana? Come on. You got it. You got it. You got it. He didn't get it. What a joke, Neff. How do you get two like? Ugh.
It's okay. They should be able to close this out.
See, so I think even for here, this is where like if we got that cam link, you know, because then we could just hook up an actual camera to it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not worry about. I'm assuming the webcams just don't deal well with.
The distance that we're at right
Distance,
now.
right.
Yeah.
So maybe we look into that.
You know what? Hold this. I just want to see.
If you just move the chair out of the way entirely. I mean, they're nice. They're just not what the hype was. Yeah. Really? I
Maybe it
like the
is.
fact that it's stiff, but for me, I mean, for the price, I feel like you could just get a stiff chair. You know?
Hey, Busey, come stand right here for a second. I don't want it to catch you for a minute. I want to see how this looks. So let's see if it catches us a little bit better.
I wonder if you turn on your light, just lighting up the room better too. Like what's the score right now? 15-10?
All right, let's see.
See how that looks on stream. It's gonna take you a little bit.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
gonna
the stream
it's gonna
is
be
like
like
30 seconds behind or
yeah,
so.
it is.
Actually, like exactly.
Damn, look
30
at that
seconds.
brand representation right there on my shirt, popping up. It's Apex, my company.
Oh. Wow, such a good company, man. Wearing your
You know?
company clothes.
I had a sweater on. I had my alt sweater on. Too damn hot.
Yeah.
Too damn hot right now.
Yeah, I had like I was gonna wear something too, and like too hot. Got my Dallas Fuel shirt on.
Yeah. I was like,
my
well, we're gonna have two
alt-
computers running in here.
Alt Dallas Fuel.
I don't think it's.
I just
I think it's the camera. I don't
Yep.
think it is.
All right, good to know.
Well, now we know what's next.
Yeah, now we know. Now we know.
Yeah, you can bring it in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you want me to leave the light on?
I think you could turn it off, right? Did it really make a difference?
Now I can't crank this up to 400% and blind the shit
I was gonna say,
Nice. Do you need me to set a timer?
I already set one. Okay. I set it a couple minutes early too.
In case you miss it.
Yeah. In case I have to go on an important game. Have the flag. It's 2-2. About to win it for the team.
which is always what seems to happen.
Well, Robert, the good news is this might only be another 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah, man.
It's like a multi-hour thing, and it's
My wife was asking me, like, when I think I'll be home, and I was.
You were like, yeah, 15, 20 minutes. I'm on my way back right now. Yeah, this would be good if, I mean, Liquid's making a game out of it right now. This is not a comfortable situation for Astralis. I love how they are so perfect with the distance to not let it hit the, like, extinguish in the smoke right there.
Right. Hi, kitty. I will give Liquid credit. This is a lot closer than I thought.
They made a game out of
I
it.
thought they weren't going to get 6 rounds at the start.
Yeah. And again, you look at some of the sloppy rounds that we saw that they lost that they should have won.
If they won, I think they would have probably taken this map. Oh, Stewie gotta get out of there. He was waiting for them to push.
All right, this is the Boston Major spot. He's all alone on the site.
Right.
And
oh, Neff. All right. Nitro's got a nice. Ooh, that's huge.
Yep. They got another smoke. Device with the op, back of sight.
Twist is
Oh.
Perfect.
Another smoke.
Device is tagged. They gotta go though.
They gotta make. You gotta make a move. I don't understand
You
why.
gotta get kills, and that's not the move.
That's around.
Jumping on coffins is not the move. But they waited too long.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. He could have gotten that kill. They would have won it anyways.
Yeah.
Like, people
Yeah,
were
that
hyped
was
that he
done.
got that no scope, but that no scope doesn't make a difference, right?
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Again, it just seemed like lack of confidence, right? That
Yeah, and
theme throughout the match, lack of confidence from Liquid.
It's like they picked up their game a little too late into that match. You know, it just felt like they were making sloppy mistakes early. Again, we saw several rounds when they were on their T side where it looked like they had the advantage. They were able to plant the bomb. They had control of the site. And then covering the wrong spots, doubling up in the wrong area, or just, a little bit of unluck. But still, either way, it's just another Astralis win, Tim.
And your standard Liquid loss.
Just disappointing.
Have you ever seen anyone screw up more in interviews than this chick?
I kind of like Frankie, but she's like new to Counter-Strike, right?
Yeah,
So it's
don't
like
get me wrong. I think she's very charming, but she always screws up in interviews. She'll always say the wrong names or wrong scores or wrong.
does she? So
Like she
I'll
was
be
in an
honest with
interview
you.
with Dupree, and Dupree like corrected her like 4 times. Like what?
I don't pay attention enough to this type of stuff when I'm watching streams to like ever notice. Unless it's somehow on Reddit, right? Like if
Right.
somebody like makes a big deal out of it, I'll catch it.
Typically at this point, you've already muted the stream. And
I'm doing something
minimized
else.
it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, match is over. I'll be back in like
What a
15 minutes.
Funky looking mouse.
Yeah, that looks like a travel mouse, right? It looks
Yeah,
pretty tiny.
maybe. But that looked pretty fat in the palm. That
Yeah.
might be a good mouse. I'll look into it.
So
You know,
HyperX
fat palm,
tweeted out
fat
something
hand.
that had a Cloud Alpha hanging on a wall with tape. I didn't know if that meant that they're making the Cloud Alpha wireless. Like, was that a cryptic tweet that they had out there? If the Cloud Alpha comes
Well,
out
you
wireless.
know what the tape is, right?
No, what's the tape?
Oh, it's a meme. So
I thought they were the ones that started that when they put it on there.
No.
No? Where did this come from?
No. So it was at some art show, and an artist did. This was a piece of art that was worth like $120,000 or something like
To
that.
the artist or to real people? Like to
art
Okay.
people,
Yeah.
not to us.
Yeah.
And it was a banana duct taped on the wall. A real banana duct taped on a wall. That was it. That was his art. And then another artist, I guess, was like, this is fucking stupid, went up and ate the banana in front of everyone.
Oh, shit.
And so that's kind of what kickstarted it. Like, no one knew about this banana until he ate it, right? And everyone's like, oh, how did you? It was $120,000. And he's like, no, it's fucking not.
It's a banana. He can do this again right now.
I could go get a dozen of bananas and do this. So that's
Art
what that
people
is.
are weird that way, though.
Yeah.
There's like some art out there that I look at. I'm like, what? I mean,
Well, let's be real, Anuj.
what the hell am I looking at?
They already wasted their money getting an art degree, so they don't really know the value of $1. Yo, no Sam 8686. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, buddy. I think it's similar. Similar looks good.
I love
we be
Semler.
real?
You know what?
Can we be real?
That's the only reason I want Overwatch League to fail.
To have Semler back
I want
on
Semler
CS:GO?
back. I
You know,
want him back in
people
CS:GO.
People are saying that he is back, though.
Is he?
People are saying.
I want to give her a little break from the room for a moment, so I don't have to keep watching her. There you go. Go play with Scout. She's got another cat friend who's a little older than her.
That's what I knew you had another cat.
Well, she's the one that hides and is scared of people, so I'll have now with Luce out there, she'll go bug her.
I don't need that.
Damn, BC on the mouse and keyboard, he's loving it. Loving it, game changer. Do you notice how it's like raw input versus like the aim assist? How it doesn't like just...
No, I actually haven't noticed any aim assist at all. But I'm wondering if it's because it's thinking that my controller is just mouse and keyboard, but I'm using that to control it, you know what I mean?
So you don't notice it tracking on anybody
Jay
at
Bailey,
all?
thank you for following.
I haven't yet, but I'm also just playing like shit. It's been a long time.
I wish I was good with the controller also, just to be good with both, you know?
Right.
In like games.
I could probably get the controller back.
See, I couldn't. I'm just moved on. Don't have it in my fingers anymore.
Muscle memory's
It's
gone.
It's just gone.
Yeah, some people are saying though Semler is done. People are also saying Puckett is done with Overwatch. There was he took everyone out to dinner from like the broadcast team and said in the tweet like, you know, love this family, gonna miss them. And was he saying like, because some people are leaving, some people are joining, we've already know they've hired on Jake and
which those personalities don't replace those personalities
no,
in my mind.
because he's a host,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Puckett's a host.
Yeah.
And Semler's play-by-play. But, you know, maybe that just means that they're hiring new people. Now, it would make sense for Puckett to leave because
Call of Duty League. Yeah.
which he did before, you know.
Which Call of Duty League, for as much shit as we've given it, and deservedly so,
Of course.
right? I do think the league will be successful. I think the league will
Oh,
be
yeah, it's
more
gonna
of a
be-
success
Let me tell you what.
than I think the Overwatch League
100%.
franchising model will be.
100%, because Call of Duty already has that fan in them, right? Everyone likes it. And let me tell you why Call of Duty is going to be more successful. Celebrity power. There are celebrities and famous people out there who already like and play Call of Duty, like athletes. is
Well,
what I'm saying,
there's
right?
also bigger name, just the professional streamers / professional players that do stream also. There's more names involved that are constantly streaming, right? There's
Right.
nobody equivalent to Scump in Overwatch League
No.
that could even put up anywhere. But really, you can take Scump,
what's
you
funny
can take, you know,
is anyone that you could maybe say, well, in Overwatch terms, this person is like Scump.
I'm talking
They
just
retired,
pure, like,
right?
oh yeah, they're not even there
That's
anymore.
what I'm saying. They all retired.
They're working on the desk now.
Anytime Overwatch League has like a, yes, this is the fan favorite, this guy is going to be our poster boy, he retires in the off season. You did it with they made XQC, they pretty much banned out of the league, right? Siegel retired after he was riding the bench all year, right? He couldn't even get into a starting role. You know, it's just funny how
There's just not many like big name personalities
no.
in the scene right now for Overwatch.
No, and even then, right? Like you have Bodosin, did he retire? I think he ended up retiring. You have Pine ended up retiring now. Like all these guys are retiring after a year or two of playing in the Pro League. Look at these Counter-Strike guys. They've been playing for decades.
Oh, and
Well, decade, right?
yeah.
But
No,
you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like these same faces have been playing the whole time. Now that might change with the league, right? Maybe the league becomes more of a grind than what they're used to, or the fact that you just can't leave a team, right? Before you could just say, I'm done playing with
I
you guys.
feel like it's gonna go really well for Call of Duty. I really do. Like, and I think one of the things that's a big plus here is for Overwatch, there's not much they can do to make the game a lot better. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it is what it is, right?
Like, the game is what it is. What we're playing for Overwatch, what they can do is adjust the meta, right?
Yep.
And they can shift it around that
Maybe
way,
some maps,
add characters, add
different game
maps,
modes.
but it's still in terms
we
like
played-
it's the same core
Like
game.
we
though,
played
right?
Overwatch 2 at BlizzCon. Same thing.
But it felt
is
like the same game.
If you didn't like Overwatch 1,
You're not
you're
gonna
not
love
going to like
Overwatch.
Overwatch 2.
Call of Duty, one of the things that we dislike about it is that it's a new game every year.
Yeah.
But one of the positives is that if the game is not great this year, then we also have next year to look forward to. Like,
Right.
okay, this developer is going to fix this or add this or
Yeah.
do this differently.
It starts with the baseline, right? Like every Call of Duty feel like you could look at it and be like, that's Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Overwatch
Even-
doesn't
even
have that
before
advantage right
this-
now. For people that don't like Overwatch, there's no way to draw them back into Overwatch. For people that don't like this iteration of COD, you can draw them back next year with the next Call of Duty.
Right.
But Overwatch, either you're a fan of Overwatch the way it is right now, or you're not.
Yeah.
And there's no way for them, I think, right now to attract new followers.
Well,
The
let me
people
tell
that
you-
you kind of have are those are your fans
Yeah.
now.
So I was at dinner last night for a birthday dinner, and I was talking to someone, and randomly, he said, "What do I do?" And I was like, "Well, I host a esports podcast, not a big deal." And he asked, "Oh, well, do you play TF2 at all?" And I was like, "Well, I did, 20 years ago, bro. Catch up with the times." And he's like, "Yeah, I still love TF2. I used to play it on a team, and I used to cast matches, like for ESEA and stuff. Like he was a caster for it." And I was like, "Oh, wow, it's crazy,
pretty cool.
right? Like
Yeah.
small world." And he goes, "Yeah." He's like, "I tried playing Overwatch," and he goes, "And that game is just trash." Like he really didn't like it. And he was like, it could have been Blizzard's most successful game ever, but they just made a terrible game and saying how bad it was. And I wasn't gonna get in an argument with him at dinner, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm a host of an esports podcast. Obviously, I know more than him. That's just how
Obviously.
obviously. But it came down. I was like, "Well, bro," I'm like, "Hey, it's not a trash game, right? Like it's still popular, but for a while there, the player base was huge. Now,
Yes.
Blizzard does inflate the numbers because obviously Blizzard pumps so much money into advertising and everything, right? Like they're
gonna
look
get
good.
numbers. Yeah,
They can make any, but the viewership doesn't lie, right? The viewership has good numbers, I would say, right? I think a lot of pro leagues would love to have an average of 80 to 120,000 viewers on any given night when a team's playing.
Yeah, so I guess, and I think those are the core fans that
Yeah.
are there, and I think there's a lot of those fans. Like we said, they were watching the games.
But like with this guy here, to back up your point, there is no convincing him
That this is going to be
Overwatch was a
good.
good game.
No.
None. Because I even tried explaining to him. And I think like a lot of TF2 players, because I know a lot of pros were former TF2 players. That's what their argument, that's what they get caught up on is, well, TF2 did this and blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't ever remember playing Overwatch thinking this was a TF2 clone. It's
Yeah.
completely, I mean, yeah, maybe because you have classes and it's a shooter, but TF2 is way, way different than Overwatch. Like, there are no shields. There are no tanks, per se.
No, yeah, they're different games. They just like have a
You have
similar
one support.
feel.
It's the medic, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So it's just to have people try to make that comparison to me. Sometimes it's
But that is like a comparison in the sense that feels like those fans might enjoy a game like Overwatch, right? And he's just one that doesn't. I don't think that means as a whole the TF2 community hates Overwatch,
yeah, right, no.
But yeah, I don't think there's a way for Overwatch at this point to draw in new fans, and that's why Overwatch 2 is the better answer, because you can draw in new people because it sounds like a new game, right? Overwatch 2, we're adding the single player element to it, and we're enhancing the gameplay however much it actually gets enhanced, we'll see. I didn't notice a huge difference when I got a chance to play it, but I think that'll be their best way to draw in new people is, hey, we have a new game coming out, not a new patch coming out, right? New
Right.
patches don't get people excited, like on people that are not fans of the games, because they don't pay attention to that shit. How often do you know when a new patch comes out for a game you don't play?
Essex, one of our listeners in Discord chat, which if you're watching and you're not in our Discord, go to our Twitter at the Center Ring and follow or join the Discord, be a part of the conversation. He just said, he goes, just realized both DreamHack Dallas and DreamHack Atlanta are on the same weekend as the major finals for 2020. So
Oh my god, it is Memorial Day weekend.
yep. I knew they were both May. I guess I didn't think about it.
I can live with that. It's unfortunate, and it's stupid, but Dallas
That's
is
why
not.
there are VODs,
Dallas
right?
is not a like a Masters
You know what's
location.
sad? If you told me that, well, that explains though why
It's not
not a
a.
Masters.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that does suck though, because that means even DreamHack Atlanta's not going to have good teams either.
Oh yeah, DreamHack Dallas is gonna have.
And no, you weren't at DreamHack Dallas last year. They had Counter-Strike in the big arena. Like it's like an arena. Did you know that Convention Center has an arena?
No.
It
Oh
does.
yeah, it does. That's
Yeah.
where the graduations are. I've been there for
Oh, okay.
graduation.
So
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
Yeah.
and it was full for Counter-Strike. But now you're going to have Heroic play there? Like,
They might even be in the major.
so who's
You're gonna have tier 2. It'll be all tier 2
you're going
counters.
to have a tier 2
You'll have
in
like
an arena? then?
Riot Squad versus E United versus
Soul Patrol?
Yeah, Singularity.
Soul Patrol, is that still a thing?
You know, it's gonna be like those, and then take one or two teams that didn't qualify that maybe should have qualified for the
Cloud9.
major and throw them in there. Yeah, so like Cloud9, that'll
Cloud9
be a good
might
Cloud9
be a
event.
DreamHack
Yeah.
team. That's a DreamHack team at the moment.
Oh, that's Scrawny.
Scrawny?
Yeah, Scrawny. That's his like normal casting partner.
Don't like him.
A little higher energy. So I think he complements Launders well because Launders is very like
Like he just
he
took
stays
a
at
shot
one
of
kind of tone the
NyQuil.
whole way, you know.
Like even Launders, this is Launders casting like a clutch. He's like, oh, and it's a 4v1, and oh, he got all 4 kills. What an incredible clutch!
No, and again, I don't mind Launders on the desk. Obviously, I like him on the desk. I think Scrawny is like a
Launders is
little
our
bit
boy.
higher energy, so it kind of.
I just feel like Launders sounds too much like Sadakis to me. He has the points where he always.
You mean Scrawny?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But he sounds like Sadakis. Like it almost like he tries. You can definitely tell.
Hey, if you're
Sadakis was his.
if you're
role
in that
model.
industry
just don't say
and
the
you
N-word.
want to be like Sadakist, that's not a bad thing. If you want to sound like Sadakist, gets every tier 1 event that he wanted to for a 2-year period, pretty much, you know.
Yeah.
So yes, we
Just-
give him shit for what he said, and that was,
just
you
avoid
know,
the N-word.
yeah,
right?
avoid the
And
N-word.
then
We
you're
give him
good.
shit for that. You know, he deserves a little shit for that, obviously. But Sadakist is a great caster. He does a good job. I like him on the desk. I think he
Yeah, he's not my
brings
tier 1. Like when I say tier 1, he's not my 8. Like
He's
I
not your
still think
favorite. He's a tier 1. He's not your
Anders-
favorite.
Yeah,
though.
right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. He's not going to be my final caster. I still think Semler and Anders were the best of all time.
Well, yeah, that's a hard one to beat.
that's
That's an
best of all time.
iconic duo.
Yeah.
But I think Henry G and Sadakist are also up there in terms of like all-time casters for Counter-Strike. Pretty damn high.
Right.
They
But
do
see,
a
like, even,
very
like, I
good
think
job. Henry G is really good too.
Henry G's great. I think James Bardoff and DDK are good for Face It. Like Face It's a very casual feel, right? Like how they have like their chair set up.
Yeah.
And to me, DDK and Bardoff, kind of like us, right? It's almost like they're just talking about the game while watching it. They're not there to cast it. They don't feel like
They're not as
play-by-play.
hardcore about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that. I like it.
Yeah.
Again, not all the time, right? Sometimes I want my... But like Anders and Semler can get you hype.
Anders and Semler. I like Moses also.
Yeah.
I think Moses does a really good job. I think it's important that he's paired with like Anders.
All
I
right,
think
so
they
the
do a
second
great
map
job.
just started. We're on Nuke, so we get to see this. Oh my God, Stewie.
They cleaned him up right there.
That's what
Now
they
this
needed.
is Astralis' map pick, but again, this is a strong map for Liquid too. Liquid's not bad on this
Yeah.
map, but
I think
Astralis has had their number.
I mean, Astralis obviously loves Nuke, right? They went on an 11-game winning streak just recently that broke up at ECS. But if you want to talk about a map that I think can be either way, and Nuke is still considered a CT map, right? Or a
Nuke does a pretty good job being 50-50, but I think
Yeah.
I feel like it's more CT
Yeah.
sided. It's economy based for all these maps now. It's
how
funny.
do you know? How do they pick sides at Blast Pro? Is it?
Oh, they make they pit two pit bulls together in a cage,
put a jersey
and they
on
put a
them for
jersey
each
on either
team,
one of them.
Whichever one. Bro, that would be so funny if you know how like you let the fish decide the winner. If that's how you chose the map. When we have our official TCR tournament, that's how I'm gonna pick maps.
Let the fish decide the
Like
winner.
everyone wants to do these vetoes and bullshit. No, I'm gonna put a fish in a tank. I'm gonna put food on both sides
And
of
see
it.
which way he
And
goes.
whichever way he goes is the map that you're gonna play. That's just how it's gonna be.
I do wish they would add cash to the freaking map pool already. I don't know if I
Yeah.
want Mirage to be taken out though necessarily. I know Mirage gets a lot
Can I
of
be
shit,
real with
but
you?
like Mirage
Do
is
we
like
have to take out maps? Like,
yeah,
can we
they
not
do.
just?
No, they have to take it out. They can't. They have to.
Is it impossible to work on the map while it's still in the pool?
Well, because
and
if
then-
you can't add one, you got to add two. I feel like to keep the number odd.
well, if you just veto.
For number of, but then you add an extra veto to it. Then
No, you just have a map that's not
that can't be like an extra map that can't be vetoed.
right. You just
Kinda
have another
thing.
map that gets taught. Like a veto is saying we will not play
They've
this
just
map.
done it that way for so long. I
I
don't see
know.
them like changing
I
it. Yeah,
know.
I mean, yes, theoretically
And
they
to
could.
me, that's an issue with Counter Strike, right? They're just like that mentality of like, well, but then there'd be an extra map. Okay,
But
then you
I
just
want-
don't play.
I
the
want
map.
them to fix or like alter.
Nitro. Damn.
It would be cool to me if they brought in 2 new maps and then took out a map, 1 or 2, like 2 maps to
I still think if
readjust
they
them and update
reworked
them.
Season, they could make that an actual map. You know,
Yeah, season, I think.
wasn't perfect, but again, neither is.
I want to see Cubble back into the rotation, but not its current form. Current form Cubble is garbage. Like it is they actually managed to destroy a map that was already average at best. You know, it wasn't like a great
Yeah.
map, but I remember so many finals and semifinal like
I mean, that was
historic
all
games
the
with
map
like
you played.
Navi and all these guys that were. I mean, it was just such a iconic map in terms of at least some of the matches we had on there. I know you saw a lot of the same executes over and over again. You know, I know that bothered people, but I thought we had great games on Cobble.
Yeah, that was the only map you saw for the longest time.
It always felt like a decider map. It felt like what Inferno is today is what Cobble was, you know, I felt like when it was there.
Right.
It always felt like it was the decider map. Now we see a lot of Vertigo and shit like that as a decider map, but that's because of how the vetoes have
Right.
kind of panned out.
Well, see, I think that's
Look at
why
this.
it would
Look
be.
at this.
Oh, come on, twist. Oh, it's a 2v2. Never mind. He's not getting this.
2v1, yeah.
Or 2v1, yeah. Ooh. Beautiful,
There it is.
beautiful. Smart play with the molly, but you got to go again.
He didn't get it. Why did you do it like that?
Felt like he was trying to be too fancy with that.
Way
smoke.
too fancy with that. What was that?
What he should have done is through the because you know what's funny is he would have gotten who was left? Zipnix.
Zipnix, yeah.
He would have gotten so if that smoke landed on the bomb, Zipnix would have been forced to peek and shoot, not knowing he wasn't defusing.
You could have done a number of
Then
things
could
if
have
he had
peeked out
covered
to
the bomb.
left
Yeah.
and got Zipnix and then defuse. But because he fucked up the smoke, Zipnix looked, saw, oh, well, this idiot's not defusing. I'm not going to shoot. I'm not going
It's
to
like,
give my position
oh,
away.
His smoke is to the right of the bomb. I'm good.
Why
I'm
he
good
didn't
back
just
here.
right-click that bad boy down, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'm assuming he thought he knew where the bomb was planted because I would like to think that anytime they throw a smoke, it's calculated in my mind, you know?
Oh, of course. Like, they
Um,
know every
Yeah, they know every
pixel it can
angle, but
bounce
like
off of.
that obviously wasn't the case right there. Either he didn't know where the bomb was planted or he just misjudged. I see like fireworks going off on Busey's screen right now, so I was just trying to see what happened. It looks like he's getting several kills in a row all of a sudden.
Little 1v1 action right now. Oh. Back here, bitch.
That's a man that has confidence, Tim. Somebody that jumps into a 1v1.
On PC?
That-
you got a
that's-
nice
that's
headshot.
Rips it down.
That's a confident individual.
I'm not playing on the mouse and keyboard. That would be confidence.
That was a cute line.
Right. Yeah, I think. I would like to see Liquid take this though. It is just a best of 3. I wouldn't mind if it went a little longer. I would also like to see
Oh yeah, I'm
Astralis
rooting for
work a little bit.
I'm rooting for Liquid. I just don't know
I just
what
don't
kind of
think-
faith I have in them right now.
I don't know what kind of faith they have in themselves.
Well, it's just Been a while since they've beaten Astralis in a BO3.
And now no one's in B. Whoa. Did you know you could plant the bomb that far away?
Yeah, the bomb plant area is huge. You can even go like all the way by the door almost. The where you know where that old little
Yeah.
room was?
Toxic,
Yeah.
where Toxic used to be.
It's weird that Toxic's not there anymore. I'm glad it's not
You know,
there.
I still
though.
almost call that Toxic though, like that.
Yeah,
door
that
over
corner.
there,
If
I'm
like if somebody said that, I would know to look
Don't they
there.
call it like cleanup now or something like that? Because it has.
If we're playing a game together, please just call it Toxic for my
Yeah.
sake. Because you call it anything else, I'm gonna have no idea what you're talking
Right.
about.
Mm. Mm.
Again, just another mistake. We see too many of them. You cannot beat yourself against Astralis, man. They're like the Patriots. They let you fuck up, right? Like they're
Right.
not they don't need to make the mistakes. They don't make the mistakes. You can beat them, but you got to play a flawless match pretty much against them. They're not going to
Yeah.
give it to you.
No, yeah, I definitely could see that.
Oh, nice. That was really nice. That Alfredo chicken pasta sounds pretty damn good right
It
now.
really does.
Solid. So does Liquid. Liquid have to have a decent CT side here. I don't have confidence in their T side right now. I don't think they have confidence in their T side right now. No ops on the CT side right
See what
now.
I'm saying here? Remember last match I was saying if they play Nuke it'd be an SG. Now they're using SGs
Yeah.
again. In fact, you see 1,
Three of them.
2,
yeah.
3. Yeah, only 2 AK.
No ops out on the map right now. Generally, device would be on an op. But yeah.
And that's the SG for you.
That's exactly what that is right there, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that does not happen with an AK right there.
No. Now watch this map when on the opposite in next half when Liquid is playing T side. I promise you they're going to do this all the time. They're going to try coming out of Squeaky at least 6 times. And it's going to be a triple kill from Glaive or Zipnix.
And
because
they'll get maybe
typically-
one trade.
Yep. Oh, I mean, I promise you, it's going to happen. And that's probably why Astralis picked Nuke. I mean, not only because it's Nuke, right? But they played him earlier on Nuke and just...
Astralis is making another run on Nuke here for... I mean, their record on Nuke over the last 20 games is... Couldn't tell you exactly what it is. I know it's less than 2 losses.
Right.
It's 1 to 2 losses tops. They just don't lose on the damn app. You think anybody will ever break Nip's record of, like, what was it, 80-plus wins in a row?
No.
You think it'll ever be broken?
No, because I think, because I think why we always thought those guys were so good back in the day.
There wasn't nearly as much competition.
There wasn't as much competition, right?
You had maybe 2 or 3 tough teams
And
to
you
keep
could say
an eye
that
out
about
for.
any game, whether it be a traditional sport or esports, right? It's...
But that was early in the life of CS:GO.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
People,
look,
not
I'll
everyone
use the
had even switched
example of,
over
like,
at that time.
Wayne Gretzky, right? Like, you think Wayne Gretzky would put up those same points in today's NHL? Like, no way. When he played in the NHL, goalies didn't even know they could drop, right? Like, they didn't know what a butterfly stance was. So, yeah, of course, Gretzky benefited from that. And I think...
But just like Gretzky and Nip, they both would have still been very good in this era.
Of course, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. But those same guys, though, back then, like,
But you're not
Look
getting
at the
80,
competition
like
they were
87
playing.
wins in a row again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pretty much had Fnatic and a couple other teams maybe that were challenging back then, but
Not many, though.
not many. Not like it is now.
You know what would be an interesting strat? Is they're going to throw this execute 70% of the time, right? Occasionally throw a molly out there where those smokes are going to land to make them, like, go
like
out.
behind red. Like
Yeah,
if
like
you, can get a
like
molly
they're
behind
going to
red.
throw those mollies in that area, right? So where the initial bounce is usually for the molly because they all do the same executes, right? So if you throw that molly down, and you just like you see it happen in Mirage window, sometimes the CT will throw the molly in the window because they know that overhead
So
smoke is going to come.
It
It
right
takes
away.
the molly out and it leaves the gap because it doesn't
Yeah.
land where it's actually supposed to finish and bloom at. And I don't know why teams. I've never seen that tried. Maybe
It just
it's
seems like CTs in general nuke just let teams do that. They go let them take sneaky, right? Like let them waste. I've told you this too though. I think that part of the map is dumb. Like I think the fact that you need to use 3 or 4 smokes just to get through
Yeah.
is ridiculous. I think that's bad map design. You shouldn't need 3 smokes just to even stand a chance outside.
To go through Squeaky. I mean, they do have several other avenues to get into a site,
secret,
though, right?
To go
Yeah,
through
to get in secret, yeah. Because Secret used to have that second entrance. Remember the one that was behind the garage? There used to be that other entrance on the back side of the garage. So if you were like coming from CT spawn to go to garage, and that entrance that you go through, to the left of it, there used to be that entrance on Old Nuke that was also a stairways down into Squeaky, which was really only beneficial to the CTs, but they took that out.
Yeah, because now it's the ladder
Yeah.
on the far end. No, it's close
No.
still.
I'm talking about like this was
To
like
get to secret or squeaky?
to get to secret.
Oh, okay. You said
Yeah.
squeaky. That's why I
Oh,
was
sorry.
confused.
No,
Okay.
secret. Yeah.
So Astralis is on fire, meaning they have 5 wins in a row.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Is that like only a Blast Pro thing?
Yeah, it's only Blast Pro. They just do it.
That's cute.
Every time they add something new, because I love that Blast Pro really makes it their own, right? Like you see this UI and you can tell, this is Blast Pro.
But I love their UI look.
Oh, I love it. But I just remember the first time they did it and how miserable, like everything just failed, right?
The first
Like
Blast
their
Pro
transitions
was
were at like
really
10
rough
frames
event.
a second.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Oh man, it's a good.
Like
shot.
I thought they would never do it again, and now to see that they do like their own circuit blows my mind. There we go. You know what I feel like Astralis is really good with too? Is they're good with the bomb. Like they really try to hold like now this one is
You don't see it in this situation too often. You don't see them in this situation too often
right, where the
bomb
bomb is on
now.
the site and they gotta go get the bomb and everything. They do a really good job of hiding it to give them options. Now, if Astralis somehow turns this around, because it doesn't even look like Device is saving. Why would you? He's got $6,000.
Yeah, almost 7. If you can get 1 kill too, get a little extra money here. Take away another gun.
All right, now he'll
and
save.
now you save
With
that
the
gun.
smoke there in garage or mini, you'll save.
And look at NAF. I mean, NAF has another smoke
The
and 2
callouts on Nuke
flashes.
drive me
Nitro
insane.
still has a smoke on him too. So
The callouts on Nuke drive me insane. By the way, I feel like a lot of people don't know him.
like ramp.
Like ramp, because it's like now he's in garage, but yet the other one is called mini, but it's still a garage.
Yeah.
So like if you don't know the callouts and you're just trying to assume what they are,
If you assume what they know, I mean, if you do that in Counter Strike, you're screwed. It's funny. I was listening to them talk on the on the broadcast yesterday. They were talking to some of the players, and they were talking about how they have the number of callouts that they have. They have every little part of the map.
Oh yeah,
named.
yeah.
I mean, and it's most of them are like named after players.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy the number of callouts that they have, even within the site, to give exact information where somebody is. It's rare that you see somebody peek it without smoking to go across. We got everybody outside right now.
Think Elige would want his nade back right now, like or a molly. So this is interesting. So now here comes the smokes. Look at this. If he gets a kill with that, oh my god.
It's unfortunate the guy. Oh, they're like sitting right on his angle. Oh my gosh.
So Leash gets 3 kills right there. And what is he's the SG or the AUG?
Why do they
SG.
all have to fight that when the first guy died? Why not just take the bomb and jump across?
My assumption is they thought he was more open.
Yeah.
Like you see him just kill your teammate. You think, okay, I'm gonna get that trade, and then you peek and you're like, holy shit, where is he?
Like, how deep is he? Look how deep he is. That armor pen right there allows those bullets to go
Yeah.
straight through that wall and still do crazy damage.
Let me see the replay from Astralis, right? I want to see
Mhm.
what they were saying, but they're not gonna do.
You like where I put my Blizzard Orc?
I
that they
saw
gave
that. That's
us?
nice. Mine's on my desk. That'd be nice, man. We gotta get that studio, right? Like if we had this here and like
It's all of this behind us now.
that would
Yeah.
look sick. One day.
If anybody has a studio in the Keller area that they want to give us, that'd be great.
Strictly the Keller area. I'd go Las Colinas.
Yeah.
Probably about as far as I'd go though.
I'm about to make a pitch to the Apex company and see if they'll be
Do
our,
it.
be our sponsor.
Do it. The Apex Studios.
Yeah.
Sponsored a NASCAR driver. They could sponsor an esports team or something.
Sponsor a freaking golfer. Come on, man. You know, you see a golfer shirt logo once every 3 hours, you know? I'm willing to give you 2 shows a week, sponsored by Apex.
Let's put a giant like a
Yeah, I'll put an Apex logo behind me.
yeah.
Hey, at least it looks cool.
You seem like somebody that comes from money. Why don't you sponsor us?
Oh yeah.
You do know Todd Howard.
There we go.
Todd Howard's wife was his teacher, the creator of Fallout.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know who Todd Howard is.
Bethesda's like #1 game designer, basically.
This is a place in Maryland, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
they're based out of.
Yeah, they are. I think that's where they're based out of is Maryland.
Yeah, it'd be weird if they were called Bethesda and like, no, we're in Potomac.
Yeah. Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm from like the Northern Virginia area near Maryland.
Yeah, so Todd Howard's mom was, or wife was his teacher.
My mom mentioned to me one day though, she's like, "You remember Miss Howard? Did you know her husband? He makes video games."
Tell him.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Then later she mentioned he works at Bethesda, and I was like, "Wow, that's a really cool company to work at." And then later I was watching E3, and I see Todd Howard come out and speak. I was like, "Oh shit, he doesn't just work."
He is the guy. He is the face of Bethesda.
My cousin-in-law was part of the team. He knows a bunch of people because he was part of the team that made Age of Empires.
Oh shit! Yeah,
And-
because they were at UTD.
Yeah, and Halo Wars. He worked at Gearbox. He worked on Borderlands and shit. So he knows a lot of people. Now he makes board games because obviously the video game industry kind of it's like a double-edged sword, right?
It's hard
It's like it's all fun and games
until
making
there's
a
a
game.
million indie developers.
Well,
It was cool to make craft beer until everybody became
Right. Well, and two,
their own
like
brewery.
you're part of the team when the game's being made, and then when the game's made, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I guess we don't need you now. Like, that's why people complain about all the layoffs in the gaming industry. But, which I feel right. I totally get that. It sucks, but like,
You're not always working on a new IP.
I think you need your.
Get the Xbox accessories app. Apparently, I could rebind my buttons.
Oh shit! What are the fucking? We're just gonna try a couple.
The pin, it's your login pin for that computer.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
1, 2, 2, 3. Thank God. I was like, what Microsoft pin does this need?
Yeah, so it's like
That's me nasty.
Rebind and it works.
like once the game's made, right? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, like you don't need 100 people,
Right.
and it's not like there's a new IP coming out like you finish a game. It's not like you jump straight to the next IP, or you want different developers for it because of their skill sets and things.
Look at that.
Sell Moe's queso by
Is this Costco? Where's she at?
she's at BJ's.
What is it?
Moe's queso.
Oh.
Tell her to bring some with her next time she comes.
Yeah, I have my little Alliance night on my desk and stuff.
I just don't even have room on my desk. I don't. It's like already so much
Well,
shit
to
on
be
my
fair,
desk.
I wish I had shelves, but honestly, I'm just a little too lazy. I should go get shelves. I got enough shit for them.
Kelly found these on Etsy, and I liked them because they had like that the bars
so
and
it
all
makes
that.
it
Like
look
I like
a
the
little
way.
bit more industrial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those too. I just to put stuff on the wall, you know. It's like
I did all this when we first moved in.
right,
So
yeah.
it's
So
just
if you
easy.
waited,
Yeah.
had you waited, it would have been
No, if I had done like wanted to do it now, I would never do it.
right, and that's my issue.
Yeah.
Cause I have stuff.
Kelly
but-
required me to let her put stuff on there also. So those are her dancing boots up there from
They're not your dancing boots.
not my dancing boots.
Trap spike in case you
The
have to
trap
read
spike and
book.
all that. I never would have. Yeah. Books. What are the what are those? Are those buaks? Books? Backs?
Yeah. The nice Voss that you have on there, like.
I knew you picked that one up.
No, you can actually you can tell those are my books though if you look at the books that are up there.
Yeah, like I got some things I really would want to put on there, but I don't know.
I got
It's just,
my
I always have that
Fender
mentality
harmonica
of
up there.
We're gonna move.
Do you play the harmonica?
I used to. Yeah.
Could you play it for us?
No. I probably don't remember how to do it. I have a harmonica. Yeah, like I got some stuff. I always have that mentality of like, oh, we're gonna move. Why put anything up?
I want to buy a Luka Doncic signed basketball, but the prices of those have spiked when I wanted. Yep. Like $300. I was like, oh man.
300's not even that bad though.
It's not, but I was like, okay, I live in Dallas. I can find a signing session or something if I
Yeah.
really wanted and just go get it for free.
Is that football signed?
That football signed, yeah. Unfortunately, it's signed by a Cowboy that I turned the ball around toward the signatures on the other side.
Who is it of?
It has a couple of signatures on there, but like Jackie Harris, Datwin, and then there's like one more. I wanted Emmitt Smith to sign it, so I went to a Cowboy signing session when I was like 14 years old or something like that, and I wanted Emmitt Smith to sign my ball really bad. Well, I took the ball in line thinking I'll have other players sign it, and Jackie Harris was the old Cowboys tight end. It has no value in our franchise's history, though, okay?
Right.
I was like, hey, can you sign the ball? He did the biggest signature, took up the whole side of the ball, and I was like trying to rub it off. I was like, I don't want Jackie Harris' signature on the whole. I want Emmitt Smith's. And then Emmitt Smith left before I could get to him in
Aw.
line.
Oh.
He
Now,
got
see,
it.
now
He got it.
That's a heads up play, and I've seen so many players now don't do that, right? You're shooting into the smoke.
You're
and
not
you're
hitting anybody.
You know you're not hitting him, but
Yeah.
you know he's diffusing. Most people would have just pulled out his pistol and kept shooting into the
Yep.
smoke blindly
And missing.
and missing. It's like, just pull out your knife and start stabbing. A lot of people just will do that, and I don't know why.
We saw Lige do it
Yeah,
here
I mean,
on
at least just did it
Inferno.
last map, right? You just keep shooting blindly into the smoke.
It's like, you're not hitting it. I'm surprised Lige did not move his trajectory of where he was aiming, though, either.
don't,
It's
though.
like they like hold that spot. Like, if they keep shooting it, eventually it's going to hit. And it's like, man, he's
Just take pop shots until you hit it, and then
yeah,
when you hit
and
it,
then spam
you
it.
can lay down.
That is a nerve-wracking situation to be
I
in,
mean,
though,
it
as a
is,
player.
right.
Like, we've all felt that pressure before. Oh, my gosh.
I
There you
mean,
go.
they do have more confidences, but again,
A
it's
CT
like you
side
said,
on
it's
nuke.
CT side. Like, even walking away 8-8 isn't really
Or 8-7, yeah.
or 8-7, right? It's not.
Got to get this round here. Got to give yourself a lead going into T-half. Hopefully you take pistol. That'll at least
I
buy
just
you
think
a round or two.
Astralis.
Josh? Oh, is he? Josh Bailey. Yeah, I messaged a lot of them. I was like, "Hey, we're streaming right now." Josh, we gotta get on that COD grind again, my friend. I haven't seen you on in a little bit. Just explodes, dude.
Yeah.
Just deadly.
There you go. The chat.
Damn, playing League right now. League of Legends?
This guy doesn't sound like Sadakis to you?
Yeah, no, he does have a Sadakist type like ring to him, for sure.
Like his cadence is just
Like right, like when he gets hyped.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, but then he goes back here, and then he'll go.
But see,
talking
I
like
love the
this, and then
hype.
he
That's
goes
why
like that.
Anders and Semler to me were so good. It's because they could get me.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
just a different
gosh.
type of.
Oh my gosh. Did he jump through the molly to get that kill? And then died to the molly
Yeah.
after he killed him to win the round? I forgot that you played League, Josh. That's awesome. We need to get on. I can get on some Aram. I do not play regular League of Legends, though. Hey, if I bookmark this restream chat, do I just pop this open every time? Or is it like a different, like,
So this is just going through the normal browser chat. I'll show you after how to
Okay.
do it. You could download. They actually have like a program too that you can just download.
okay.
Have you ever played Magic?
I have seen people play Magic. I never bought cards for it. I'll show you where plates and stuff are. You want me? You want to make you a plate?
Sure.
What's up?
Yeah. When you get back, do it like. No. Put the mic on your right side, and then that way, when I, it's just so when you look, it's just for broadcasting. Oh man. Incredible. All right. So we have. Bro, there's no way Liquid takes this. What's up? Yeah. Yeah, you can put a little bit. Oh. I just casually carry around Parmesan. All right. So there you go. I mean, that's okay if you give up those little ones there. What's up, No Sam? That's awesome, dude. Well, hey, thank you for listening to the show and being here with the stream. Glad you are enjoying yourself some good Counter Strike. Liquid's making it a little interesting at least, so that's always good. But yeah, no, Counter Strike is a great game. I mean, we're a fan of all esports at the center ring, but you know, yeah, Counter Strike is just it's great. There's a lot of nuances too, right? Like a lot of people don't realize all the little in and outs of it, and you watch it and you're like, okay, I don't really get it, but then when you realize like all the little details from it, and it's crazy. Like to really appreciate, you should play some, and then you're like, damn. Because the pros honestly make Counter Strike look a lot easier than what it is, right? Like you're like, okay, so you just point and click, but you don't realize like the recoil control and just how insane pixel perfect everything they do is. Oh my god. Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, like it's yeah. You're totally right. Like on a surface level, you can appreciate, but yeah, when you play it, it's like damn. But even like right now, like with the Astralis is such a dominant team. Like theirs, right? Like Glaive just got what 3 or 4 kills with the D Eagle to kind of put the team on his back like that. Which the D Eagle, it's a 1-shot headshot, it's a 2-shot body shot pistol 3 times maybe, but it's just insane. Astralis is on another level right now, and unfortunately, I don't think that means Liquid's gonna take it back. No, Sam, what's the game that you normally play then? Like, what is your go-to esport? StarCraft 2, really? Wow. But yeah, so yeah, Counter Strike is way different. I used to be huge into StarCraft Brood War, and for whatever reason, StarCraft 2 came out, and I think it was past my RTS days, right? Like I was huge. I mean, I played StarCraft 2 or StarCraft religiously, and then StarCraft 2 came out. Never really got into it as much. I don't really know why. Not really a reason. Just never did.
StarCraft?
Yeah.
Yeah, StarCraft was like never my jam. I
Yeah.
liked it, and my friends played it a lot. But I was more if I was gonna play an RTS, it was Command and Conquer or Age of Empires. We played a lot of Age of Empires too. I mean that game we played. I mean that was probably our main game for over a year.
Right.
Ever play Lords of the Realm?
Lords of the Realm? No.
See,
Oh,
it's
is
funny
it?
too, because with those two RTSs, I know Command and Conquer was huge. I had it, but I never really played it. And then,
Oh man, Red Alert was like one of my first main games on my computer.
see, I never played Age of Empires. I've never played it.
Oh, you haven't?
No, my go-to RTSs were always StarCraft, Rise of Nations. I thought
Yeah.
was by far
Your brother bought that for me.
I think that by far is like the best one or my favorite. And then
Age of Empire just re-released in high def.
Yeah. And then Civ, if you count Civ as an it's an RTS. It's just different.
It is. It's turn-based though.
Yeah,
That's
it's a little
I
different.
I wish it wasn't. I
Really?
would like it so much more if it wasn't. It's too slow for me.
I don't mind the slowness.
I like the way it looks. It's a beautiful game. I like the way the game is. I just wish I did not have to wait for somebody else to make a move.
Frozen
before I
Throne.
had to go.
So funny enough, I was never a big Warcraft player. I was a StarCraft guy, and I never did Warcraft. So I'm looking forward to the remake of Warcraft because
yeah.
I'll finally kind of get to
Yep.
be able to play it. Now, I played the beta, and I got my ass handed to me. Like, that's going to be the issue with the Warcraft beta.
You can sit comfortably now. By the way, it's not you; it's the camera. So you don't have to like worry about scooting all the way in and being super stiff. Yeah.
You know, that.
I'm about to get a little bit more.
Go ahead. Hey, don't worry about saving it. I didn't realize there wasn't that much. Eat as much as you want.
You know, like that's the thing with Warcraft is that there's people who like have never stopped playing it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have to be like you and me playing against each
No,
other
but
to
I'm
learn
excited
it.
for single player even in Warcraft.
Well,
'cause
single player,
the story
right.
side is like one of those things that I'm kind of embarrassed
Oh,
that
yeah.
I haven't played it just for the story at least. You
Right. RTS, I know the story, right? I've watched YouTube videos and learned the story, but RTS, yeah, the high barrier to entry is just the learning
It's
curve.
one of the hardest ones out of.
Yeah. You want to move
any
your
of
mic
them.
down a little bit? Just to.
I just didn't want to get food on
Yeah.
it.
Well, even like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the thing, right? RTS, the learning curve for an RTS, especially nowadays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like there are so many FPSs out there, where if you played one, you generally get it, right? You're an FPS player or you're not.
RTS is there's nothing that's consistently played besides StarCraft, and it's like you're too far behind the curve to get into that.
Right.
Damn, dude.
Like with
You know, just there.
maybe MOBAs now, it's like, oh, okay, I play League, I play Dota, I can transition over to this game.
Which is very true. You can.
Yeah.
Like even
Let-
Smite, right? Like
let's
Smite,
say you
although
were
is a
born-
first person or third person
right?
version.
So the whole talk is the decade, right?
Mhm.
Like 2020 is just around the corner. What RTS came out this decade that you would like if you were born this decade or not born, let's say you were 13 years old right now, right? What RTS have you ever played in your life? Have you ever played an RTS in your life if you're 16 years old?
Probably not.
Probably
unless
not.
you went and looked for it.
Yeah, unless you were
specifically.
just you and your buddies.
like you have an older brother or sibling that plays it, or
Yeah.
a friend that plays it.
But if you were just brand new getting into games or whatever,
you're like just browsing on
Yeah.
Steam, or you're looking on an Xbox or a PlayStation.
yeah, nothing multiplayer.
No.
Maybe Heroes of the Storm if you were a Blizzard guy and you saw it in the launcher, right? And it's free to play and
But
whatever.
Heroes of the Storm is not a RTS.
Oh, I'm an idiot. You're right. That's a MOBA.
Yeah. Yeah.
So literally nothing.
Mm-mm.
They also don't fit today's model of games, right? Today people like skins, they like customization, they like add-on shit, right?
Which
Free
they
to
could-
play,
They
they
could
like
do it in
heroes.
RTS. You could do cool skins and shit.
Yeah,
in
but like
RTS.
heroes and shit,
Mhm.
like
I think RTSs could be really good if somebody dedicated the time to making one. I
They're
think
just
Age
so
of Empires,
different.
Age of Empires 4 is coming out. I think that has
Eventually.
a chance to be good. I don't think it's going to ever be massive again, though.
no, because I mean, what's funny is and I think you can kind of tell people's education on esports in general when they disrespect StarCraft, right? And they don't
Mhm.
realize that the only reason we have any of the shit now in esports that we do now can
StarCraft
largely be credited to StarCraft
Mm-hmm.
and how big it was in Korea. I remember hearing
People were making like they were the first to like really draw in like massive advertisers and things. They were like
TV channels,
Mhm.
highlights on TV, all for StarCraft back in the day. And like you said, it's just naturally people went away from it, but it's also kind of a shame Blizzard went away from it as well. Like you don't see any, apart from BlizzCon and shit, you don't see any love.
No. What's up?
Turn-based games or like the controlling like the overview.
How old are you?
23.
Have you played a real-time strategy game like a StarCraft before, or a Age of Empires?
Yeah.
You played Age of Empires.
Yeah, I was big on that when I was little.
Okay,
But
where did you play that at? On
On
PC?
computer.
At your house, y'all had it?
Yeah.
Did your brother? You
My
just
dad
found
has
it.
Never been a video game guy, but he's big into Lords of the Realm, which is like an earlier version where you're like looking over these people. You're going to war, trying to conquer land. You have to manage your resources,
Mhm.
your people.
And then he got into Age of Empires and showed it to you.
Age Empires, and then he kind of faded off.
That's
Me
pretty
and my
cool.
brothers played it.
Yeah. Okay.
I also feel like RTS in general is the old man's game, right?
So again, in his case, it was still somebody that was like, his
Yeah.
dad.
He
age
didn't
to
pick
show-
up Age of Empires and say, "What is this?"
Did
right?
you have
'Cause-
friends that played it outside of like that you didn't show it to, for example? Was anybody else playing that when you were like,
Yeah.
oh, I play this game?
Age
Like-
of Empire was Jay Bailey's
It's just
thing
a
back in the day.
one-person thing in my mind.
Hmm?
In my mind, it was just there was I guess in the last 10 years, there was an RTS that came out. I have to remember I don't remember what it's called. It
What
like
was-
a World War II?
Yeah. What was the World War II RTS? Something company, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was early on. I mean, it must have been like 2010 when it was coming out.
No, I might have been older than that because I remember playing it. Oh, what is that RTS? The World War II RTS.
Why don't I recall this at all?
Dude, it was tough too. Cause you could put like snipers in buildings. It was
What?
badass. It's on Steam. Something company, right?
Not Bad Company, right?
No.
Not their first version of their game.
We moved towns 2010, and then my new neighbor was showing me it.
Oh, okay.
They came out with the second one, Company of Heroes. That's the one I know of. Company of Heroes, the first one came out in 06. The second one came out in 13. So that's still... I mean, you just don't see them hyped up as much anymore.
No. Again, I don't think
It's hard to hype them up, right? Like, if you were, like, shooters and stuff, it's, like, really easy to make them look cool. With an RTS, it's hard to make them look cool for little for kids to be like, whoa.
Well, it's hard. It's not an easy game because that's more mind than it is like mechanical skill, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's great that you can set up a bunch of hotkeys and all that,
You don't
but
mash buttons and win.
yeah, you can't just like spam shit.
Yeah, you
and-
don't accidentally win in an RTS.
No, you will get destroyed 2
Yeah.
minutes into a game.
I mean, hell, like I said, even when I was playing the Warcraft beta, I felt like I was doing okay. Like, I was building my base, I had a group of guys, and then I started venturing out. It's like, oh shit, there's like quests and people to kill, and so it's not like StarCraft, right? It's completely different. And then all of a sudden, the dude that I was playing Anuj went into my base, annihilated. He had like this giant monster dude, this demon thing. I'm like, where did he get this stuff? And I
Your
realized
people
I guess,
had no chance.
well, I guess the key in Warcraft isn't just your army; it's going to defeat these like minions to collect and heroes and
Where the MOBA theory came from.
yeah. No, I did play Dota through Warcraft.
Oh, you did?
hmm To me, though, that was always more fun too. And like RTS was like the little custom servers, I thought those were always fun. But my little brother, he plays not as much now, but he used to be like the highest ranked in StarCraft.
Yeah,
He
you
was-
told me your brother was really good
Yeah,
at
my
it.
little brother, he loved it. But again, he has that mindset, right? Like
Yeah.
he's very
See, I wish I did
very
because
analytical, very like he's a what I would call a school nerd, right? Like he loves school, he loves learning. And to me that's like the RTS type of person, right? They're very
I wish I was good at
problem
RTSs
solvers.
because Ronnie and Kamar both were really into them and both good at them. So
but
like,
also two people that I would say are very much more like Ronnie to me is a little bit more book analytical school guy. He comes across that way.
okay, well, that's good. At least it comes across. Like in school, we were all kind of like none of us were like all stars, but he's
Right.
not an idiot either. He's not an idiot by all means. So,
But they just like that like stuff.
but
like,
I wouldn't ever call Ronnie like a book nerd. But Ronnie is an
but
intellect
they're
in the
not
sense like he
FPS
like
guys.
reads a lot.
Kamar sort of, but Ronnie, if you're
It's
in
funny
chat,
because like
you suck at
Ronnie
FPSs.
grew up an FPS player. Ronnie was like I
What
think
happened?
like the best Counter-Strike player of us all when we started playing. In fact, him and Kamara got me into Counter-Strike. So I'm gonna veer this story for a moment here, okay? So I'm gonna take you back a moment. So as Astralis dominates Liquid here and almost takes map 2, ends the game. I got into Counter-Strike through those guys. They said they wanted to teach me the game. The way they decided to teach me the game is like, we'll do a 2-on-1. That way you play against us and like you'll get better because you'll get practice
What better way to
aiming.
learn a
Yeah, what
game?
better way to learn than to just get your ass destroyed, right? So they used to put me on Dust, the original Dust. This is not Dust 2. And you know the window that looks over the underpass?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that like up there on
Yeah.
my site. So I'm standing in the window, and they would come out of the tunnel entrance in front of B doors. You know that like where B doors were if you walked
Yeah.
out of CT spawn, you went right, and then there's that tunnel entrance right there. They would both come from there, and I would stand in the window, and my job was to just kill them, and we would do this over and over and over and over again, and they used to demolish me in this game. But yeah, they were the FPSers. Got me into it. They got me into a lot of my games, though, honestly, when I was younger. Now it's funny because I push games on them constantly.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. Like Ronnie is more of an intellect in the sense of like he enjoys. He's also an artsy person in the sense
Right.
like
Well, that's kind of what I meant. Like when I say,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. He
like
used
I
to be
think you
the
can
one
talk
that
to
could do all
someone
the
and tell that
drawing
they play
and
an RTS, or
Yeah.
the same thing with Overwatch, right? I think the people who really like know the game, right? You can talk to them, and they're very much more. It's just a different mindset, I would say.
now Kamar was a smart motherfucker. Kamar is a smart motherfucker. He is like really sharp and like I mean just also
So
did well in
do
like
we believe
school.
that was a real technical pause, or was that Liquid thinking, "What the hell's happening?" Someone yanked their computer out.
Or this was Liquid saying, "Hey, let's take this pause so we can get a little bit more airtime."
Mm-hmm.
No, let's see. They have a chance. They got an okay buy. Obviously, NAF being on the Mac 10 is not going to be helpful right now. But they got 3 AKs and a Galil. No ops on Astralis' side, so that's a plus. Their utility is a little low. A couple smokes left.
But again, see, I think on Nuke, unless you're planning on taking outside, you don't need an op. You know?
No, you don't. Yeah, for sure.
Like if you're just committed to inside pushes, you don't need the op.
They had money for it. I mean, they're all stacked financially. They're all over. Everyone's over 5K pretty much. Couple guys at almost 7. So they have money the rest of this game.
So I've always been an FPS guy.
Yeah, I have.
I mean, I
have
like I
too.
said, I played StarCraft a lot. I play fighting games a lot.
Feeling good? Perfect timing.
You know, like I've done. You know, I used to play fighting games all the time with my buddies, but I'm not really good at those anymore. Kind of came out of the loop.
But you at least play like so you because you and Ronnie are also good at like Smash.
Yeah.
You Ronnie and Kamar, and I feel like Smash is also. I feel like a controller game like that, where you have to know all the combinations and like do them quickly, is also like a different
Yeah.
person is generally good at
Yeah,
those.
you have
also.
to be a little bit more
I just don't do that with. I
hyped,
like.
right? You kind of
Yeah.
have to,
I just don't get into it enough to like. Oh man, I need to memorize all of these. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like I'll spam some buttons.
well,
I
it's like also
have an
like to
idea
know,
of
like,
what
to
it's
dodge,
doing.
right? Like to dodge and roll,
Yeah.
and then hit them in the back, and
Me, it's more the combinations that I have trouble with.
yeah.
I understand the core mechanics of the game, and I can play it good enough to like stay alive a little bit, you
Mhm.
know. But
But
like
see, like,
countering and all that is
I
like
do think though, in general, with any game, you have that game sense, right? Like this is not to toot my own horn, right? But I think you're the same way. We're pretty good at any FPS we pick up.
we know we're gonna be better than like I think the average player
Right,
at least, right?
right.
Like the baseline average, we generally do pretty good.
If we were both divorced, and let our wives win custody of kids and just moved into our own little TCR gaming house,
Yeah.
I do think we could be I'm not saying pro, but maybe not because we're too old, right?
We're a little old now, right?
Like,
we're on the end of our
yeah.
I'm pretty much
back
dead
in
in
the
terms of
day-
esports.
Back in the day, I really and this is I know a lot of people probably say this.
I think
felt
I
like
had a
we could've.
chance.
We
If I
had
put
a
in the
chance.
time, if I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to care about anything else but
Right.
dedicating my life to
Listen,
being
if
good
you
at
would have
it,
told me that I could have been a professional gamer and still gotten hot girls like they do now, great. But when we were kids, when I was younger, that was not a thing.
that was not an option.
Hot girls in video games weren't a thing.
No.
Nowadays, it's cool to like video games, so the hot girls will do it.
Yeah,
Back
like
in my
streaming
day,
streaming and all that,
Not
right?
a chance in hell.
Like you see it on the streaming side.
And I know this because my wife that I am married to today has had sex with at least once because we have a kid.
At least once,
At
minimum.
least once we've had sex. Knew me in high school. We weren't dating or anything like that. And she came over to my house because she lived relatively close a few times to hang out with the crew. And like instantly was like, you guys are effing nerds. And
Like, what are y'all doing?
do not talk to me again. And then later, she saw this and said, my God,
I'm missing
I
out.
want me some of that.
Yeah, I understand that. That's how I feel. Why do you think I joined TCR,
Yeah,
Tim?
I have that effect on people. So if you were told me that, I probably would have held off on girlfriends. But I was like, well, I'm not. This is my peak right now, so I need to hit it while I can.
Well, Tim, the good news is this
we
is
can
America.
always get a divorce.
Divorce is always an option.
Always. Never too late for a divorce.
I want to wait till somebody else is like mid-30s and professional, and then I think we take that
And then
plunge.
you have that confidence.
Yeah, I'll have that confidence.
Olaf can't be too far off, right?
Yeah, but I need to.
Vertus
They have to
Pro.
be good at this. I need somebody
They're
that's good at 35.
Virtus Pro is like 40 something, right? That team.
Yeah.
Some people on that.
Like if you told me you could go be Olaf right now, would I want to be somebody that's almost going to be cut and might have a hard time getting picked up soon? I don't know. I don't know how appealing that
Would
sounds
you like
at the
to be on
moment.
a forever underachieving phase clan team?
Even again, man. Like these guys just.
Yeah. So it's like just back when we were younger, it was just different.
It was.
And because I can promise, like when I did play in tournaments and did reach on a pro level of some sorts playing Rainbow, I was young. And yeah, I had a girlfriend at the time, but it was like a high school girlfriend. Those don't count, right? Like in retrospect, they really don't count. You hung out at school and a few times during the week, but
Or mom and dad could drop you off.
right, exactly. Like that doesn't count. So
A lot of phone
I
time.
did play all the time. I mean, now I can still keep up my level, and I only play, once or twice a week? Imagine if I didn't have a wife or anything, and I just,
Well, yeah,
that's all I
dating,
had to
because
do.
like you send the girlfriend home, and then you're like, oh, I'm free
Right.
the rest of the night.
It's
you
the
know,
same thing with my wife, where even when we were dating, when she finally moved in, she
this
said,
is it, Tim.
she's like, I didn't know you played so many video games. I'm
Oh,
like, what do
yeah.
you think I did when you went home at 9 o'clock?
Yeah, Kelly says the same exact thing, and I tell her the same exact thing.
Yeah, she's like, you didn't play this much video games when we were dating. Well,
I was
no, I did. You just didn't stay you didn't stay here forever.
You weren't like here all the time.
Yeah, you weren't here all the time. What do you think I
You
did?
know all those times when we were not together?
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't cheating on you. I was playing video games.
Do you remember all those
You always
times-
could find me.
Yeah, all those times where you called and you thought I was listening to you? What do you think I was doing?
I was like knee deep
Alright,
in World of
1v1 here.
Warcraft, leading a raid army through the most
Using the bomb, you
ultimate
gotta
mission.
go! He's gonna lose it!
That's it.
Oh
What a
my
beautiful
God.
way to end a tournament.
He lost it because he held it. What a liquid way to lose.
Yeah.
What a liquid way to lose. What a joke. Again, you know why he did that? The theme of the match. They weren't confident. He wasn't confident that if he was faking it, right? If he fake diffused.
And it was Zipniks, right?
He wasn't confident enough just to turn around and shoot him. He was like, I need to wait.
Mm.
Back to number one. What are you talking about? They were always number one.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. He says shit just to sound epic, right? He does it to sound like Like this right here, like the whole lead up of him, like this is very Sadakist to me.
Yeah. He sounds like him right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the poor man.
It's right. They're telling him like, "Hey, you got to fill in this time while they're
of
walking
course,
up here."
Of course. Wow, those gold medals that they get to wear? That's badass. But why not just let us have the moment? If you're a caster, do you need to talk the entire way up here?
Yeah, no. Like, just say something and like give it a second.
Just let us. When a team wins the Super Bowl, just walk away from the mic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's like trying to time it.
Well, good for Astralis. Who would have saw this coming, man? What an upset. What an upset.
What a shocker. Best team in 2019.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we were discussing it on the
Yeah.
show a couple episodes ago.
They're
All
proving
right.
it. They're proving
Not
it
that
over and
heavy
over
of a
again.
trophy.
Liquid had the best run in 2019, or
Yeah.
stretch, I guess you could say. But as a whole, it was
I think,
Astralis'
and then I
year
think
again.
this was the deciding factor.
It's just another one, right? It's
Yeah.
just another one.
For me, if a
They
Liquid
continued to
won
do
this,
it. They dominated the beginning of the year. They won the majors, and they finish off the year at number 1 also.
You like the Blast Pro trophy?
I do.
It's okay.
It's not like anything amazing. If I were to choose, I would say give me a traditional trophy.
Yeah.
I like the look of that, especially when you're putting it like for these
I
guys.
like the what would I think? I like they gave them medals, right?
Yeah.
That medal would be cool to
Yeah.
place somewhere. I like you give the org the big trophy, and then you give the players the little ones.
They
right?
should always give the players something. I
like
feel.
you know the NHL does that. So if
Oh.
you win a Stanley Cup, you get a mini Stanley Cup.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So not just to have something,
Yeah.
right? You just won the Stanley Cup, you gotta bring something home, and so the NHL lets you do that.
That gold medal does look pretty dope.
But yeah. So they let you do that, and I don't know. I thought the ESL Pro League trophy for this last one was really cool looking. Looked a little bit like the esports award show, but I don't mind it. I don't like the huge trophies. I think the Stanley Cup works just because it's historical, right? Like that's obviously one, but I don't like the oversized trophy. Like the Lombardi trophy, I think is perfect.
Can we get Astralis to tweet out a picture of their trophy case? Wouldn't you love to see that? Like the full
Yeah.
Astralis,
I wonder if they
Astralis
gotta
trophy
have
case?
one, right?
Oh, they do. Yeah.
I mean, every
Like,
team has one.
I would just love to see that thing loaded.
It's
I
gotta
mean,
be.
loaded with trophies.
Yeah. Did you watch any of the gaming awards
No,
last night? I didn't
No.
watch shit.
I didn't watch
I
any
don't
of
really
that.
care about them, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people were upset. I say a lot of people. Some people were upset that Booga won esports because they did an esports player of the year or whatever, and Booga won. And
I
so
mean,
he did that and
okay,
the esports awards.
It's not the worst thing in the world, is it, for 2019? Wouldn't you say
No.
that was the biggest esports event for 2019?
Yeah, and that's what I tell people, right? Like, guys, it's a Fortnite player. Like, he won the World Cup. Yes, it was one tournament, but it was a pretty big damn tournament, right?
I mean, it was like a $30 million prize, wasn't it, or some
Yeah.
nonsense like that for him?
Yep.
Or $3 million for
And-
him. It was like a
And a lot
30
of people
million
are saying,
prize
like,
pool
well, what
for
about
that.
Simple? And my argument to like, Simple's not even player of the year in CS:GO.
Yeah.
You
no.
want to make him esports player of the year overall to everyone?
No, there's like 4 players you could think in Counter-Strike that are probably on that level right now with like Device, Elige, Zywoo.
Yeah.
Like there's other players that I could be like, well, they all had really good years, and you know what? Their teams won. So as good as Simple is individually, until their team starts winning, it's hard to get recognition like that, right? Like you really got to do something special on an average team to
Yeah.
win an MVP award.
And even too, like just in general, because compared to a like Fortnite, it's just you, right? So when Bugo won, it was him
Him that did it,
on
yeah.
stage. He saw everything. Like it was like he was the only person on that winning podium. Where here, even with Astralis, right? You can make the case that Dupree is Player of the Year.
Yeah.
But then you're like, well, hold on. Device also kicked ass a lot for Astralis, and so did Glaive, and like you need everyone on that team.
It's not one person winning a game for you in
Right.
Counter-Strike. They can win a round for you, but not a game
Yeah.
for you.
Yep. Now, if you want to make the argument of esports team of the year, and what is it, what team? I don't even know the org that Booga's in. Like
Sentinels.
Sentinels. Now, if they won over Astralis, there you have an argument for me.
Oh yeah,
Right. Like-
yeah, that's different.
Because then it's like, well, okay.
Organization would be like, you have had to have done other stuff in my mind throughout the year.
Yeah.
Like a Liquid would be in contention
And
for
I was
that,
gonna
you
say,
know.
and I would even make the argument where if it was esports org of the year and Astralis won, I would understand if people were upset with that because it's like all you guys do is Counter Strike.
No, yeah, I agree. I think there's other.
You're not an esports org. You're a Counter Strike team, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean you're an esports org, but
for the sake
yeah,
of that argument,
you
right?
are just
that would
in
be my
Counter-Strike,
argument. Is
yeah.
You're a Counter Strike team. You're not really a org. So
wonder why they haven't branched out.
why would you? I mean, look at OG. For the longest time, they dominated in Dota. They will eventually.
Yeah,
It's just, what scene do you want to break in? Because the thing is you're the best team in the world for Counter Strike. You
you
can't
might
just,
want to have. You don't want to have a shit team in some other league. And
yeah,
make
you
the
can't
brand.
just mosey on into another game. You're gonna want to be best in that one as well. I think it would be cool if they went non-traditional and got like a StarCraft or a fighting game person. Like if they signed like Sonic Fox or some shit, right?
Yeah.
That I think would be really cool. And easy for them, right? It's like, we want to venture out. I don't want to put up with 5 other people.
And
though,
you know
for
you
a
could get them
team.
because you could pay them more than what they're making now.
Of course.
And like it wouldn't be a penny to them.
Yeah, so I think that would be cool for them to go into, but we'll see. Is there more left?
Doris, do you want some?
Yeah, I was gonna go get
yeah,
some more
for
here.
sure.
Figure we'll end the stream here soon and then be done with it. But yeah, overall, I thought Blast Pro was pretty good. We'll talk about it more on the show, obviously tomorrow. But
Yeah, no, I mean, we got what we wanted again. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to see these two end the year playing head to head.
and I think it was actually
Just-
very good, right? Like the matches were somewhat close, but at the end of the day,
They were, but they didn't feel like
exactly.
it,
I
did
was
they?
gonna say, at the end of the day,
I felt like
you just realized
Astralis was
Liquid
in
was-
control the whole time.
right. Like I don't think Astralis was ever nervous at any point in time. Where anytime Liquid won one, you were like,
It was a sigh
They
of
pulled
relief
that
that's like,
one
okay,
out.
we're in it. We're
Right.
still like alive a little bit. But I felt like Liquid was clawing back
yeah,
in both
the whole
games
time.
the whole time.
Even
like
when
it
they
was
were
a
in the lead on
constant
Nuke,
struggle.
right?
Yeah.
Like even when they had a couple rounds ahead of them, you
Yeah.
never were like, "Wow, I can't believe Liquid's." That's what you were saying. You're like, "I
We're-
can't believe
Where
Liquid's a couple."
they're
up."
not backing up like multiple rounds back to back to back where they're getting them. It's win one, lose one,
Yep.
win one, lose one for them.
So here's
um,
the grand finals MVP that they're about to present. They might have already said who was the MVP. Was it Dupree? Did we miss that?
Is that what it was? Chat, anyone?
Oh yeah.
Let's see what he's got. Okay. So
See though, I
They
thought
should have
everyone
given
should
that to
get
the whole
that.
team.
Right,
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
should get those small ones, and then the MVP gets the medal or something.
well, that's cool though. At least they gave them all medals though.
Yeah.
Dupree is just incredibly. He's just incredibly consistent, man.
Yeah, he's just great. Yeah, so it was good. Have you watched any of Summit? I watched a
I
little
have.
bit.
I've been watching like
CS Summit's not as fun to me though. Like that first one was so good.
I've actually been enjoying the banter. I'm not gonna lie. So I've liked in Sponge and like Sean. They were like doing these riddle things the other day that I was like enjoying watching
Yeah.
while they were doing it.
I liked the when they
Um,
were talking about the Star Ladder money.
yeah, and then even hearing even hearing when they were talking about like I forgot which coach or player was sitting up there, but they were going so in depth and technical
Really?
for a minute there with an in-game leader sitting there, and it was incredible to listen to. I was like, "Oh my gosh, man, these guys' level and knowledge of Counter-Strike is so far and above what I see the game
Right.
as. It's like it's really something else. Like it was really interesting to listen to him. So I actually have enjoyed Summit this year more than years past. Like the last 1-2 years, I really haven't been into Summit as much. When I loved it when it was more the very casual setting.
Yeah.
This year, I
Yeah,
thought they did a
Ever
good
since
job
Summit moved it, so it used to be in an actual
in a house. Yeah, now it's like
and
in
now
a
it's in a warehouse studio. Like
yeah.
like the teams play in pods. They're not playing in a room. They're not in a bedroom. And I felt like ever since they changed, like you kind of felt a change in the
Yeah, again,
It's-
this year I thought they did
like
a
I
good
loved
job of just
before
constant.
seeing like the
they're
kitchen in
very.
the background and
You could see them walking and
just,
getting food and going in and
yeah,
out.
I
Yeah,
really
you
liked
don't see
that.
a lot of them kind of in the shots anymore. So
Right.
that's the one thing that kind of stinks about it. But this year I thought they did a good job of like just talking. They didn't really talk about the game that often, and that
Got chicken Alfredo on
yeah,
my phone.
nothing.
Yeah. Oh, I know. You got the Rocket League World Championship going on right now.
Yeah,
I'll watch that tomorrow. That's one thing I love about Blast Pro is that they do their finals on Saturday.
so what a perfect time.
Yeah, I think there was like I
This
saw
is like nice. It's
what
like
it was. Like, I
1:30.
think I saw like 120,000, 130,000 people watch this, and that was like at the beginning. So I'm sure there's more towards the end.
Yeah.
I love the fact it's a Saturday, right? So now tomorrow I can go watch the Rocket League finals uninterrupted. I get to just watch it.
We should play on that map too.
Yeah, I want to.
Those are
yeah.
fun looking maps.
Those will be good for like the best of
Yeah.
100s that we do and stuff like that. But which I think that will probably be our next schedule thing, right? Best of 100.
Yeah.
We got to figure out a game we want to do it in, or it might be easier just to do Call of Duty, right? And then do 2v2 best
the
of 100
gunfights or something.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We need to wait for it to change the game mode back. They messed up gunfight. Like they changed it to you go pick up the guns on the ground now.
For the 2v2.
And you don't spawn with them anymore. So you find them on the ground, and there's like better ones the closer to the middle you get, kind of
Oh,
thing.
I don't like that.
And so this is what I was playing with Robert. Me and him were doing a ton of 2v2s just like last week, and we were like getting on every day after work. Let's go run some twos, and then we got on the other day, and it was like they call it OSP, and you have to run around and pick up the guns on all the maps. Kind of whack.
That's funny because we always praise the 2v2, thinking, oh, it's great that they just give both teams the same weapons.
Yeah, you have the same thing.
It's like
No,
you
yeah,
know.
you're definitely like if you don't know where crap is. I was running around with like a 357 Magnum, and the other guy has like an AR.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, this is
because now it's turned into map control,
yeah.
which is somewhat like how 2v2 on Halo is. The maps, the
But
guns.
these are like really tiny,
Yeah.
tiny maps, you know. So
Well, 2v2 they have different maps in Halo. It's not these
Oh.
maps, but their guns are on. Sometimes it's objective too, like oddball and stuff. But sometimes it's normal maps. So I guess I lied. It's normal maps, just not every map. But yeah, I don't know if I like that.
well, this is fun.
Yeah, no, I liked it. We
I
should do
enjoyed
this
it.
more often.
Yeah, this is
We'll have to
cool.
look at the calendar then. Maybe not even if it's just Counter Strike. Maybe we can do the first Call of Duty match or something like the
Oh,
opening
yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
I know Overwatch, the Fuel play.
Yeah, that would be fun to do it for like just like some of the
Whatever,
big
right?
ones
Just
coming up.
Something just to come and chill and
I think the
talk.
Call of Duty one would be a fun one to do it for.
Yeah.
Because neither of us would consider ourselves Call of Duty experts in terms of breaking down a game like technically,
Right.
but it's a good game where I could casually talk over. You
Right.
know, like it's just there's enough bullshit that they'll give us in terms of
Yep.
something to talk about. I'm waiting for the next big drama in Call of Duty.
It'll start when
as the league is
league
like kind of getting ready
starts.
to kick up. Yeah.
because right now all the teams like each other, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone loves their teammates.
Just wait. Just
Just
wait.
wait
You haven't played
till-
a game. Wait till you're 0-3.
Yep. Wait until they start losing and
Oh,
they blame
yeah.
someone that you can't kick off the team,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, bud, this is your roster. You are stuck with them. Then you'll see how it goes, but yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm
Yeah.
definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, all right, brother. No, Sam, thank you for watching. I hope it was fun for everyone in the chat. We're about to kill off the stream.
Appreciate you guys joining in. That was a good time, man. I enjoyed that. It was just a fun way to watch
Yeah,
it. It
just a
really is.
different
It's
way.
like
different way.
It's kind of-
We're gonna record Monday's show tomorrow night. So
Yep.
if you are in the chat and you want to watch that one live, we always stream them. So that will be tomorrow night around 8:30 typically.
yeah, 8,
It's,
8:30.
you know, it's
We'll
never
tweet it
really
out
set.
though. So if you're not following us on Twitter, go ahead and do that, and you can keep up with
Yep.
when we are about to go live.
All right, homies.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys. That was
Thank
fun.
you again.
We'll see y'all soon.
GG's.